Live from Carl Seymour Park in Kenai, Alaska, home of the Peninsula Oilers, Bob Bird, along with Dylan Simmons, here with the fourth game of this four-game set between the Anchorage Bucs, visiting from Anchorage, and the Peninsula Oilers. Dylan, it's been a wonderful homestand. The Oilers are 6-2 and atop the ABL standings.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic series so far, and like you said, the Oilers off to an absolutely phenomenal start, and we saw that great start expanded last night with a great 6-5 win over the Bucs, including a tenacious comeback in the middle part of the game.
Well, we seem to be expecting that in the middle part of the game. It's happened so many times in these 8 games. We don't always come all the way back to win, as we lost 9-8 in extra innings and got smeared 10-1, and they only lost to the Pilots. But the Oilers have proven they've gotten great bats, but we can't underestimate the job done last night by Kevin O'Connell as a closer.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell last night was incredible for the Oilers, and that's what they've brought him in here to do. Be that closer, be the guy in those clutch situations who can come through. He was able to do exactly that. 3 straight strikeouts to get the win for Peninsula.
All right, so what we're going to do right now, since we are not on the air yet with KSRM, let's cover the starting lineups for the Bucs.
All right, starting out for the Bucs tonight is Camden Lanphier, who's been unbelievable so far throughout this series with a .370 average. Just 1 RBI, but he always seems to be able to get on base. He's at third base wearing number 17. Andrew Raymond is in the number 2 hole. He is the right fielder wearing number 19. A .214 average and 2 RBIs. He's been pretty solid as well. Luke McLeod in the starting lineup tonight for Anchorage. Number 27 in left field. 182 average with 1 RBI. Hank Smith back at first base as he usually is with 2 RBIs wearing number 6. He is at first base once more. Ryan Dara in the 5 hole is the center fielder wearing number 8, a .276 average with 5 RBIs. Finn Leach is back at shortstop. .348 is his average this season. He has 6 runs batted in, which is the most on the team, and he wears number 18. Hayden Miller, the former Middle Tennessee Blue Raider, in the 7 hole, designated hitter wearing number 20 with a .095 average and 2 RBIs, now plays for Bradley University. Lucas Perez in the 8 hole, he's the catcher wearing number 24 with 1 RBI, and Andrew Sheffield in the 9 spot, number 2, he is the second baseman with a .077 average so far on the season, and it is Evan Stratton getting his second appearance of the season here tonight for the Bucs.
For the Peninsula Oilers, they'll lead off with Shane Cannon wearing number 5 and playing shortstop. Batting second will be the designated hitter, number 28, Brooks Hassencleaver. Batting third will be the left fielder, number 8, Mark Nellis. In the cleanup spot is number 14, the catcher, Isaac Fernandez. Batting fifth is Wyatt Bundy. He'll be playing first base and wears number 20. Batting in the 6th spot is the second baseman, number 12, Luke Skinner. Batting in the 7th spot is the third baseman, number 16, Jack Holubowski. Batting 8th is Garrison Jones wearing number 2 and playing center field. And batting 9th is Brady Brown wearing number 6 and playing right field. Starting pitcher Kian Prendes, and he did pretty good in his outing against the Pilots.
Yeah, he did. He's made 1 appearance this season, like you mentioned, had 5 innings pitched in that first start. He's a guy that they've relied on to be a starting pitcher already once this year, and I have no doubt that he can do pretty solidly for himself once again in that outing. 5 innings pitched with 4 hits given up, just 1 earned run, and he has a solid ERA of 1.80 to start the year.
Well, we've seen with the Bucs and the Oilers games that were really hard to control. There were errors, again, last night by both teams, but the pitching has been a suspect for the Bucs more so than the Oilers.
Yeah, that's been kind of the big storyline we've noticed with the Bucs is the bullpen not having the same reliability as the Oilers. And a lot of times in these games so far, Bob, the Oilers don't get off to maybe the most explosive offensive start, but they're able to recoup those runs later in the game with a great middle-of-the-game explosion. That's going to be key to watch again tonight.
Let's take a look around the league as we'll look at the standings and also some of the stats. We're hoping to get an interview from Larry McCann before things get too late, but we're down to about 6 minutes before we begin our first pitch of the game. So Dylan right now is going to take a look around the league. The Oilers in first place. I believe they're followed by the Eagle River Chinooks. And you got all the stats going. Go ahead, Dylan.
Yeah, let's take a look around the Alaska Baseball League. Just one game last night, of course, and that was our game with the Oilers and the Anchorage Bucs. Peninsula winning 6-5 in that big comeback victory last night. Today there are two games in the ABL. The Glacier Pilots and the Mat-Su Miners facing off at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. That game in the top of the second with no scores so far. Bucs and the Oilers, of course, to come here later tonight at Coral Seymour Memorial Ballpark. And taking a look at the ABL standings, Oilers on top with a 6-2 record. Chugiak not far behind though at 6-3. Glacier Pilots at 3-5, who the Oilers beat in 4 of 5 games. Anchorage Bucs are at 2-6, and the Mat-Su Miners at 2-3. Mat-Su in the 3rd spot in the standings. Pilots in the 4th spot. Bucs in the 5th spot, just to clarify that.
Only 5 games by the Miners. That's quite unusual for them.
Yeah, it's kind of odd to see that few games being played by any team in the ABL early in the season, but the thing is, Mat-Su's going to make those up a lot more as we get further into July and further on into the season.
Well, we're going to take a look at the field, and as I've been here looking at this field since the high school playoffs, and the brown is disappearing. The work they're doing on the grass, on the infield especially, getting better all the time. All of this because we had a very unusual winter. It started out extraordinarily cold and absolutely no snow, so that does kill grass. When the snow came in January, it never seemed to disappear. We lingered well into May with snow on the ground, and everyone knows that things are all a bit delayed. But it's beautiful temperature right now. We're in the mid-50s right now, and the winds are moderate, and I'll try and get the weather conditions about time and temperature and wind speed and wind direction. The umpires, I believe the youngest one is going to be behind the dish today.
Yeah, it's going to be the same crew, Mike O'Leary, Toby Milam, and Brett Kohler, and I think, like you mentioned, it'll be the youngest one, which I think is totally Toby Milam. We'll check that for you in just a little bit, who should be behind the dish today.
All right. So, as the Bucs are dressed with black tops and gray pants, as they usually are, and the Oilers all white with red trim, and they're getting the introductions right now. Let's see if we can get the... Not yet. Okay. So, let's once again take a look at some of the stats here now, as we've got a little bit of extra time. We're not on the air with KSOD. We're doing the video broadcast. There are technical problems back at the studio. Let's run the batting averages for the Bucs.
Yeah, 370 for Camden Lanfear, who we've talked a lot about in this series. Andrew Raymond's been solid, though, as well, picking up that batting average. He's at 214. Luke McLeod at 182. Hank Smith with about a 110 average so far on the season. Ryan Dara at 276 with 5 RBIs, the center fielder tonight. Finn Leach at 348, which is, outside of Lanfear, the highest on the team. He's been pretty solid in this series as well, leads the team in RBIs. Hayden Miller has a 0.95 average, but don't let that deceive you. He is a big contributor at DH. Lucas Perez doesn't have a hit yet, but does have 1 RBI. Andrew Sheffield at 0.77 for the Bucs so far this season.
For the Peninsula Oilers, Shane Cannon batting 286 with 2 RBIs. Brooks Hassan Cleaver, 385, 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Mark Nellis, 358 with 5 RBIs. Isaac Fernandez, batting 300 with 1 RBI. Wyatt Bundy, batting 600, is kind of new, and so those high batting averages look to come down. He's got 2 RBIs though. Luke Skinner, batting 083 with 2 RBIs. Jack Holubowski, batting 143, 2 RBIs. Garrison Jones, 214 with 2 RBIs, and Brady Brown, 111 with 1 RBI. Check Andrew Raymond. My 7 looks like a 2. I can see that, but I think you read him off as 714.
Yeah, 714, not 214. My apologies.
He must not have that many RBIs. Anybody's batting 714 with you got about 7 or 8 games into the season.
Well, he does a good job of forcing a lot of walks and hit by pitches, so he finds other ways to get on base, and that's helped him a lot with that average.
All right, so We're going to take a break and stand at ease here as we try to connect with the KSLD studio. Bob Bird and Dylan Simmons standing by.
Tonight we've got Mike O'Leary, Brett Kohler, and Toby Malum. And now, ladies and gentlemen, stand up as we introduce the 2026 Peninsula Oilers. Leading off from UC San Diego, shortstop number 5, Shane Cannon. Batting number 2, Connor State Center. Hitter number 28, Brooks Hasenclaver. Connor State College left field number 8, Mark Nellis. 4 from Johnson University, we've got our catcher number 14. Batting 5th from that was good. Number 20, Wyatt Bundy. Batting 6th, Luke Skinner. Batting 7th from Bradley University, 3rd base. 15, Jack Holubowski. Good because I did slow within the first hit. Batting 8th from Yavapas center field, number 2, Garrison Jones. Batting 9, South Dakota State right field, number 6, Brady Brown. And tonight's pitcher from Ottawa University, we've got number 1, Hendon.
Bob Bird and Dylan Simmons back here at Coral Seymour Park, home of the Oilers. We're going to let you listen in to the national anthem.
The national anthem. See by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
That's a pre-recorded version of the national anthem, and a person who embellishes the national anthem, to me, I think you just sing it straight. His words are good enough.
Yeah, I like it in any form. It's a great song for sure.
Yeah, okay, so, all right. Well, no Coach's Corner tonight, and no Sweeney's pregame show. We're doing simply a video broadcast, and you might tell your friends and neighbors who are expecting to listen in on KSLD 1140 that they need to get on the YouTube broadcast. What do they need to do in order to get there?
Yeah, it's not too hard. Just go to Peninsula Oilers Baseball Inc. on YouTube, search up that term. You should be able to find our YouTube channel, and our broadcast will be underneath the live section on the YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out and tell all your friends.
All right, on the hill, Kian Prendez is warming up, a left-hander. And what was the score? Was that the real close 2-1 score we had with the Pilots that he pitched?
That is correct. He pitched that 2-1 game with 5 innings.
All right, so he's got a lot of breaking stuff and mixes his pitches very well. The Oilers have Holubowski, Cannon, Skinner, and Bundy, the infield, third to first, with Nellis, Jones, and Brown, the outfield, left, center, and right, and a battery of Prendez and Fernandez.
Of course, we know there's going to be a lot of motivation from this Oilers team. They've been on a heck of a run as of late, and this is going to be their final home game until the month of July. So, you know they want to end out this homestand on a high note, and they've got every potential to do that tonight. And what a world it would be for them to be able to start 7-2 on the season. Can't imagine how that would make them feel.
For the Bucs, we got number 17.
Don't hatch your counts before they chicken. That's
very true. Got to take care of business.
All right. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, thanks for tuning in. There's nothing like baseball, the greatest game there is. Here's Camden Lanfear, batting .370 with 1 RBI, playing third base today. And the pitch by Prendez. Rolling inside for ball 1. Infield at standard depth. Same thing with the outfield. Here's the pitch, and it's a dirty pitch. It goes down into the dirt, and it's 2-0. Prendez is not a big pitcher. He's average height and weight, about like I am. I think 5'9". And here is a foul ball off to the right. It's going to go out of play. Probably goes around 165, just guessing.
175. He's 5'9".
Ball 2, strike 1 to Camden Lanfear. Leading off, he's a very tough customer. He's a fly ball center field. They have to back up a little bit. But Jones has it measured. Straight away center field. A good shot to deep center field by Lanfear, and there's 1 out.
Good work by Garrison Jones to locate that baseball in center field tonight. Not the first time he's been there this season, but able to locate that ball well regardless and get a big out for the Oilers.
He's got an outfield assist, I think, so. Andrew Raymond, another left-handed hitter. I say another one because I know there's a lot of them coming up.
Yes.
And he's playing right field today, and the first pitch to him is a little tap to the left side. They're going to have to hurry and make the throw to second. Again, the Oiler infields are not fast on these balls. You've got to charge them. I know it was so far to his left, but Skinner was slow to react, and when you beat out a routine grounder to the second baseman, something's amiss.
Yeah, that's one where I think, like you said, Skinner, who's not usually at second base, probably just needs to get up to that ball a little bit quicker because it was more of a slow roller. Skinner took his time, and that cost them.
Well, we've seen this by our shortstops as well, so. And a strike is called to Luke McLeod, the left fielder, batting .182 with 1 RBI. Runner on first, 1 out. And the pitch. Here's a fly ball, center field, going way back. I think he got it. He did. Fading away on his backhand. That baby was tagged, and we couldn't tell if he had it or not. He did, and Jones has been busy already in center field.
My goodness, has he ever. But what a job to locate that baseball, Bob. He got turned around midway through the play and had to relocate the baseball as he was running backward and somehow was able to do it and keep his balance to make a great over-the-shoulder catch for the out.
At full speed. Here's Hank Smith. 2 RBIs, playing first base. Bats from the left side with a runner on first base. There's the curve, and it's high for a ball 1. Perez, with a lot of breaking stuff, probably will be allowing his defense to do the job. We should be out of this inning. Here's the pitch. In tight, ball 2.
And how this defense plays in this game, it's been a big thing all series, but I think especially tonight, could be a big thing to watch, especially if the Bucs are able to make some early contact.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. And it's a strike at the letters. I want to see the Oiler infielders get a hornet's nest in their pants and start moving it. Ball 2, strike 1. Long set with the runner at first. Here's the pitch in tight. That's 3-1. Watch for a hit and run here. It's a hitter's count. There's 2 outs. It'd be a good call. Ball 3, strike 1. Kian Prendes on the hill. And here's the pitch. It's a check swing. It's going to come to the shortstop. He charges this one, makes the throw. Got it, but it was close. Oh! So Shane Cannon making the throw, and that will retire the side in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. We'll go to the Oilers first. There's no score here at Carl Seymour Park.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look over there by the Oilers base, we got the best mascot in the Peninsula. We got the best mascot of all of Alaska. Give a big high five as we jump around with our mascot, Scoop. Scoop. Scoop.
Dylan Simmons, Ichiro could beat out routine grounders routinely, couldn't he?
He definitely could. Ichiro is a special kind of athlete, a special kind of baseball player. You know, we were talking about that over the break, whether or not there would come a point where a runner could outrun a routine ground ball, but then you counter by saying, well, hey, the arms are getting stronger too, so that kind of maybe evens out the situation.
It's hard to say. You can go on for many entertaining hours during hot stove time. And they call it hot stove time because baseball fanatics in the winter are still going to talk about their games. So for a hockey player, it'd be street hockey time. Oilers will bring up Shane Cannon, Brooks Hassencleaver, and Mark Nellis. Missing from the lineup was Graw, what you think is out of town.
Yeah, out of town right now. From what I've heard, he's back in the States. Want to, of course, get some clarification on that, but yeah, currently not in Alaska, but as far as I know, should be healthy and well.
So, well, it's a bat we really missed. He's got a home run in it. Was really tearing it up, I think, for the Oilers. And here comes Shane Cannon, batting .286 with 2 RBIs. That's from the right-hand side against the right-handed throwing Evan Stratton. Here's the windup and the pitch, way outside for ball 1.
We've seen Shane Cannon in this series develop well as an Oiler. Of course, he only flew in a few days ago, but he's looked like a permanent piece of this lineup already, both with the bat and the glove.
Here's the windup and the pitch, high, and it's 2-0. The Bucs have Lanfear, Leach, Sheffield, and Smith. The infield third to first, McLeod, Dara, and Raymond. The outfield left, center, and right. And the batter is Stratton and Perez. Here's the next pitch. That's on the inside corner. 2-1.
Evan Stratton trying to prove a lot today as well. 1 start on the season against the Chinooks, 0-1 so far. He had just 1 inning pitch against Chugiak with 5 earned runs given up, so trying to put that behind him today.
And the 2-1 pitch outside, and it's 3-1. Leach at shortstop, shading a little bit, favoring to third base. Heels on the grass, as is the second baseman, Sheffield. Ball 3, strike 1. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. A walk's as good as a hit to lead off. And the Oilers have a runner on first base.
Didn't take long for Shane Cannon to get on base right there. Stratton kind of trying to pitch away from him, both inside and outside. Cannon's not one to bite on it, just like that. A base runner for the Oilers.
Brooks Hassencleaver, the DH, leading the league with about 583 walks.
He's got quite a few of them for sure.
Bats from the left-hand side, and the pitch to him. He cuts this one, and it is a foul ball. That's a very interesting call there, and it was the right one by the umpire. The ball did not get to first base, so it bounded fair, maybe 1 or 2 hops, but by the time Smith grabbed it, it was in foul territory.
Yes, so that was the correct call in that situation. Good work by the first base umpire. Brooks Hassencleaver, by the way, 14 total walks that he has forced this season to lead the ABL. Got Hassencleaver at the plate here with the count at 0-1 with no outs. Shane Cannon at first. Fastball is delivered, and that'll be strike number 2. Good pitch to the outside corner by Stratton with an opportunity to get Hassencleaver out here. Pretty rarely done this early on in the game with Brooks, but it would be big for Stratton as far as his confidence goes to possibly get the out in this situation. We'll see. 0-2, runner goes. This ball flown over towards right field, and it gets down for a base hit. Second baseman missed it, and Hassencleaver's got a single. 2 runners on for the Oilers with runners at the corners. So Hassencleaver will be awarded with the single. Cannon goes all the way to third on that hit into right field, and the Oilers are in business just like that.
Getting you on the board now.
We had number 8, Mark Nell.
Let me know.
Going to try to get connected here with our radio broadcast, by the way.
Okay, do you have to play the intro?
No.
Okay.
Delivered first strike here on Nellis.
We interrupt our regularly programming to bring this...
Well, I'll tell you what, was it yesterday or the day before? You had to jump and get the video working, and now I have to jump to get the radio station working. Here's a drive to the shortstop. There's a double play ball over to second for 1. The relay pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Nellis gets himself a fielder's choice RBI. There's 1 out, and coming in to score is Shane Cannon.
Yeah, not the most ideal situation there for the Oilers, but the good thing is Nellis was able to beat out the throw to first and get himself an RBI. So good work to at least score the run for Peninsula. And the Oilers on top 1-0 here, Bob.
Thanks to Race back at the studio getting us connected. And Race, if you can look up the temperature, wind speed, and wind direction at some time, we'll catch you at commercials. Here's Isaac Fernandez. The first pitch to him is outside, I think, for ball 1. Fernandez batting .300 with 1 RBI. That's from the right-hand side against the right-hander throwing Evan Stratton. Oilers leading here 1-0. Here's a ground ball. Base hit past the third baseman. Goes into left field. They'll go station to station here. Just eluding Landfear on the backhand. And it was hot. It was a hot grounder.
Yeah, hot grounder is right. He hit it with such velocity that Landfear, even while diving after it, couldn't react fast enough. And as a result, Fernandez able to get to first, making full advantage of his cleanup spot in the order. 2 hits for the Oilers here.
And that brings up Wyatt Bundy. He'll be a left-handed slugger here. Batting .600. He's only had a few at-bats, but that's okay. And 2 RBIs. Playing first base today. Runners on first and second, 1 out. He shows bunt. It's right in front of the plate, and it goes off to the third base line and goes foul.
Oh, man, so close. If that bunt had been just a little bit harder on the hit, it might have had a chance to stay fair, and at that point, I think the bases would have been juiced for the Oilers. That was almost picture perfect by Wyatt.
Well, I think Perez had the handle on it. It wasn't far from the right-handed batter's box, so I'm not sure. But he was taking his time letting it roll foul, that's for sure.
That is true. That's what made me think it might have had a shot, but I guess we'll never know now.
Strike one to count. Let's see if he shows bunt again. He does not. There's a line drive caught by the second baseman. And very good base running there at second by Mark Nellis. He did not stray very far and was not doubled up. So an L4 for two dead. But the Oilers making contact here.
Yeah, they're making pretty good contact, and like you said, that's a good point on Nellis. The fact that he didn't stray too far from the bag was very fortunate because that could have and probably should have been a double play for the Bucs.
Luke Skinner playing second base today, batting .083 with 2 RBIs. Bats from the left-hand side. He had 2 RBIs, I think, 2 nights ago, and the first pitch is a strike. With 2 outs now, and the runners on first and second for the Oilers. Nellis at second, Fernandez at first. Let's see if Skinner can come up big here. Here's the pitch. Taps it foul, and it's 0-2.
Former Mr. Baseball finalist in the state of Minnesota was Luke Skinner. His father, Sean, by the way, played baseball at San Diego, the University of San Diego, not the Padres, but his grandfather, Mike, played for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
What's his hometown?
His hometown is Woodbury, Minnesota.
Oh, yes, I remember that now. Where my daughter lives.
Ah.
Very nice suburb of St. Paul. Here's the stretch on the pitch. Look out. Taking all the way, and it was a lollipop of a pitch, and he'll go down looking on a breaking pitch. Good pitch there by Evan Stratton. The Oilers get 1 run on 2 hits. A walk and 2 men left. We're moving now to the top of second, and the Oilers lead 1-0 on ESPN.
The warehouse is open. Okay, I have the temperature, it's 64 degrees, and the wind is 11 miles per hour west.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Variety of summer essentials. They've got lots of new merchandise you just last year. Whether you're heading to work, getting the kids, or getting the family ready for summer. Now to stock up and save. Don't miss the warehouse at Sweeney's Clothing in Savannah. Footwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family. Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important. Life insurance. Because it offers financial protection for your loved ones and can help them pay for things like mortgage, credit card debts, and even your children's education. Plus, life insurance is probably a lot more affordable than and with State Farm, your local agent can understand your options and choose coverage that fits your and budget.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock from State Farm Agent. William Sinai, and now at the Forgot My Why.
After 1 inning of play, the Oilers lead 1-0, and the Bucs have no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left, and the Oilers 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 men left. As we go to the top of the second with batters 5, 6, and 7. Dara, Leach, and Miller do up for the Bucs.
Yeah, great start for the Oilers in the bottom half of the first. Already making some pretty good contact and getting a run. If Kian Prendez can hold up early here in the top of the second and throughout this early portion of the game, Oilers, in theory, should be set up well, but like I said earlier, can't count your eggs before they hatch.
Dara bats from the right-hand side, batting .276 with 5 RBIs. And I think, no, he doesn't lead the Bucs. That belongs to Finn Leach. But he's a right-handed slugger, and he's tall. Kian Prendez on the hill for the Oilers is the first pitch. It's a strike. Good one, shaving the inside part of the plate. Watch Holubowski. He's close to the line at third base. Trying to guard against an extra base hit, probably. Here's the windup and the pitch. Breaking pitch. Yeah, it's hammered down the third base side. Way foul, and it's 0-2. I don't think Prendez is going to overwhelm him with a fastball. He is going to pitch with control to the spots and with breaking stuff. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces in, and it's... and Dar hands it off to Fernandez, the catcher.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of breaking balls from Prendez so far. Saw that a lot in Game 4 of the Pilot Series as well. That's his go-to, and it usually works for him pretty well. Very decisive with his pitches.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. Wow. What was that, a changeup?
That looked like a changeup to me. Caught the outside corner of the plate. Now, that's a pitch we haven't seen a whole lot of today from Kian Prendez, but what a way to finish off Ryan Dara for the strikeout.
The Bucs, we've got number 1.
We're in the second inning. There's one dead, and here's Finn Leach, the top hitter, I guess, for the Bucs, batting .348 and 6 RBIs. Here's the windup and the pitch. And a breaking pitch drops in there nicely. Strike one. Again, Holubowski shading towards the line. And the pitch by Prendez. Here's a grounded ball, foul ball. I'll tell you what, Holubowski must know it, that he wants to guard against extra bases by getting himself close to the line there, and that one wasn't far off.
Yeah, we've seen throughout this series how big of a difference those ground balls that are hot-shotted to the right or left side can make a difference if they're kind of painted towards the corners.
0-2 the count. And Prendez delivers. Ooh. Yeah, did he go? No, says the first base umpire. And it will be 1-2. Check swing. I think Prendez is a very intelligent and crafty pitcher. He has to be. He's not going to overpower these batters. Here's the pitch, and it's a hit to right field, fly ball to right field, easily taken there by Mr. Brown. And again, we'll just apologize for the glare in our plexiglass here. It's an F9 and 2 dead.
Yeah, that makes detecting anything to right field pretty tough, but what wasn't hard to see was Brady Brown making a good catch over there in right field. Pretty routine flyout, but Brown not in right field as much as, say, Brooks Hossenclaver, so still a good out to make and showing his stuff in the outfield.
Hayden Miller with 2 RBIs, but he's got a home run. Batting .095, but he's got the power, and he takes ball 1.
Certainly does, and is great at getting on base. He's shown that throughout the series, and he was a real problem against the Oilers yesterday.
Here's the next pitch, in tight, and it's ball 2. Outfield, straight away, standard depth. I'm already impressed with Jones's work in center field in that first inning. Here's the pitch, and that's outside, and he's down 3-0 in the count.
Yeah, I think what we've seen so far is that this Oilers outfield playing pretty inspired baseball so far, and if we see more fly balls off the arm of Prendez, they could come into play again pretty soon.
Ball 3, no strikes. That's ball 4. And so Prendez with a 4-pitch walk. That's his first free pass. And 2 outs.
And that's about the first time I've really seen a sequence just get away from Prendez. Usually pretty controlled on his pitches, but just not as much that time.
The Oilers' work in this homestand, they've got a couple outfield assists and numerous excellent on-the-run catches. Here comes here comes Lucas Perez. And the first pitch to him is high, as Hayden Miller is on first base with a 2-out walk. Perez with 1 RBI to his credit. That's from the right-hand side. The stretch, watch for the guy to go here, and the pitch is high, and that's 6 straight balls by Prendez. I think we shouldn't be complimenting him. He maybe hears it, you know.
Announcer Shinks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Ball 2, no strikes. Alongside him, the pitch. There you go. It's a strike, and it's 2-1.
Went back to the outside corner that time and got it to land pretty well. I think that's the one that he'll want to look at, as well as trying to fix that breaking ball he was working earlier.
Scoreboard says 1-1, but I don't think so.
Now, should be 2-1.
Here's the pitch, and a fly ball left field. It's curling into foul territory and out of play. We have a unique situation at the end of the Bucs bullpen. There's an alley there. And if a person makes the catch, if it's got enough hang time, and he is beyond the imaginary line from the fence to the wall, it's not an out. But if the ball rolls in there, let's say after a double, you play it. I wish they would chalk that line, though, so you would know exactly if you have to make a call. It's 2-2 the count. I'll explain further here in a minute. Here's the pitch, and it's a ground ball to the shortstop. It's a slow roller. He's going to have to burn it. He got it just in time, and a nice stretch there by Bundy at first base. And that will retire the side in the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and one man left. We will go to the second. The Oilers lead the Bucs here 1-0 on ESPN KSLD.
CCHS is bringing emergency dental services in Kenai. Patients are evaluated each morning starting at 7:45 with treatment available till 9 Monday through Friday. Patients will be seen in order of urgency. It's fast, focused through when you need it most. Get the pain. Get the help you need right when you need it. For more information, call 907-262-31.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all. Officer Sabin's talking with Steve. This is expanding their line of keys, and Steve, it's exciting. It is. You know, for years we've been able to clone car keys. So we've just got a new machine that allows us to do a greater range of vehicles and remotes, as well as many push-button start keys, some of those proximity keys. It varies. You can come in and get a quote, and we can tell you what we can do for you. Get that brand new key you've been looking for right here at Phoenix, National Highway in Savannah.
State Farm agent Christy Babcock brings you the State Farm starter of the inning. Yes, can put yourself and your assets up in front by joining her team at the top of your lineup. Christy Babcock at 283-7116 in Kenai and 262-4440 in Sodana. Oilers will bring up batters 7, 8, and 9. We generated a run on the strength of a hit, a couple of hits and a walk by Jack Holubowski, third baseman, batting 143 and 2 RBIs coming to the plate. That's from the right-hand side against the right-hander Evan Stratton. For the Anchorage Bucs, here's the first pitch to him, and it's low for ball one. 3 Bears scoreboard gives you the Oilers with 1 run, 2 hits, and the Bucs with no runs and 1 hit. We're in the bottom of 2. Here's the pitch. It's high and inside, and it's ball 2.
Another high fastball from Stratton there, and like you said, high and inside. We've seen a few of those pitches today. Kind of just aims towards the corners, it seems like, on some of these pitches.
Ball 2, no strikes, and here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. We comment last night about the bottom of the order, top of the order. They shuffled them around, and so it doesn't make much difference.
Right, on both sides they've shuffled them around.
Right, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss again, and it's 2-2. Good cuts, but he's underneath them. Ball 2, strike 2. Beautiful sunshine here this evening. The pitch is a fastball, and it's rolling away, and a full count.
I'll say we've had some fantastic weather for this series so far. Been pretty much sunny and bright all 4 games.
Ball 3, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Holubowski fans to start the second inning for the Oilers, and that is the second strikeout for Evan Stratton.
That's probably the best sequence he's had so far. Really did a good job mixing in the fastball, changeup, and breaking ball in that sequence. Able to get Jack Holubowski with that last pitch. That's the consistency the Bucs are looking for.
Coming to the plate now, Garrison Jones, the center fielder. Here's a foul ball to the backstop, and strike 1. Jones batting .214. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Playing center field. Bats from the left side. Third baseman Lanfear up on the grass. Here's the pitch. And he whiffs on that one, and it's quickly 0-2.
That breaking ball starting to land a little bit more for Stratton here, making it tougher for the Oilers.
Lanfear backs off of the grass now. The Bucs have learned the Oilers don't hesitate to bunt. There's a foul tip. I think it hit the umpire on his shoulder. Was it the catcher or the umpire?
I think it went off of the catcher as best I could tell, but it might have deflected off the umpire's face mask.
I'm still laughing about yesterday's puzzle play. We didn't know if it was a balk, but it was a foul. It was a swing and a miss that went off the catcher's glove. Look out. That's low. And it's 1-2.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I know which play you're referring to when you talk about that one. That was one of the most bizarre plays we've seen all season so far.
Well, everybody on the field knew exactly what happened. But to us, it looked like a foul tip.
Right.
Here's the pitch. Look out, boy. He checks his swing, and it's 2-2. Garrison Jones. And the pitch by Stratton. And here's a ground ball backed up by the second baseman. Pitcher covering. Wow, good defense there by the Bucs as Smith dove to his right. Missed it, but Sheffield was right behind him, and the pitcher made no mistake about it with good timing by the second baseman and Stratton as the pitcher covering first.
Yeah, that's a great job by the Bucs defense, like you said, of being disciplined. Sheffield, great awareness to get in behind Hank Smith in case he missed the baseball, did so, and also a good job by Stratton to cover first base. We saw the Bucs mess that up earlier in the series, not so this time.
Brady Brown, the right fielder, and the first pitch is outside. I don't hesitate to compliment opponents when they're playing good baseball, and that was one example there. Ball 1 to count to Brady Jones in the 9th stinger spot. He'll take it in low for ball 2. What kind of a bat is that? Is it pistachio colored?
It does look pistachio colored.
Ball 2, no strikes. And he gets a strike call on the inside corner at the knees, and it's 2-1.
That's a very uniquely colored bat.
Looks like pine tar in the lower part. That's another story. Ball 2, strike 1. Check swing. No, he did not go, and it's 3-1. You know the famous pine tar incident. What was it, about 35, 40 years ago now? You aware of that one?
I'm trying to think if I can
George
remember
Brett,
that one.
here's the pitch. And Billy Martin was in on this. It's ball 4 as Brady Brown draws a 2-out walk. There was a rule against using pine tar, and the whole purpose of it was to prevent balls from being scuffed with black tar and making it harder to see, okay?
Sure.
So you could use pine tar, but you couldn't go a certain length up the bat.
Yes.
Well, Brett hit a home run, and then Billy Martin came out and they measured the pine tar, and it took his home run away.
Oh, no.
George Brett, there's a throw to first. He's back in time. Check it out, the George Brett pine tar incident. George Brett looked as if he had murder in his eyes.
I'd say he was a little frustrated after that.
And they had to go all the way to the league commissioner to see what they do. Runner goes. They're going to make the throw. It's going to be close. I think he ducked the tag. Yes, he did. And a stolen base. A good move with 2 outs. And now Shane Cannon can make him pay for it with a little hit here if he can drive him in.
Yeah, that was a great job by Brady Brown to take off, and the slide was the crucial thing on that stolen base. Had he stayed upright, I think they could have gotten him with the tag, but instead he slides, and that extends his reach and gets him to second.
Good arm by Perez. That ball was right on the money. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball to the shortstop. He's going to have trouble. He's going to eat the ball. A good move. He keeps the runner at third as he went streaking towards center field and grabbed that ball at the grass and wanted to make a throw. Saw it was not a good idea. And so we have runners on first and third.
Yeah, Finn Leach having to deal with Shane Cannon there running towards first. I think he knows, and everyone else does, that Cannon's already got some of the best speed on this Oilers team, so you really don't want to risk a throw in that situation. Plus, Cannon was pretty much already at first by the time he finally gobbled it up.
All right, Brooks Hassenclaver, watch, they're going to walk him. Let's find out. But Mark Nellis is an RBI guy. Here's the first pitch to Hassenclaver, and he takes strike 1. Runners on the corners with a 2-out threat here by the Oilers in the second inning. They lead 1-0. Hassan Cleaver says, dude, throw me, let go. They threw it to the fence, and they tried to pick him off, and the Oilers score a run. So the throw to first by Stratton was in the dirt. It went to the fence. Coming in to score is Brady Brown. Now, that walk and stolen base really turns out to be key.
Oh, it absolutely does. And again, Brown, good awareness as well to just take off in the midst of that and get over to home plate. And like you said, that stolen base made all the difference.
E1 on Stratton. And now a hit here could give us another run. Let's find out. It's ball one, strike one to Hassan Cleaver. That's from the left-hand side. And here's the pitch. And it's a tap to the right side. A first baseman easily grabs it on the short hop and makes an unassisted putout to retire the side, but not before damage was done. The Oilers with a 2-out rally with a walk, a stolen base, a single, and an error. Now lead 2-0. We'll be back with more after this word from our sponsors. This is Oilers Baseball on KSLD.
Gentle Peninsula proudly welcomes Dr. Perkins to the practice. He brings a remarkable background from studying in France to earning a degree in microbiology and a DMD, graduating near the top nationality. With over 5,000 hours in implant dentistry and decades in anesthesiology, he delivers advanced, comfortable care. Dr. Perkins has been recognized among America's top dentists and enjoys serving Alaska communities. Gentle Dental continues providing trusted modern care. Call 907-262-8834 for your next appointment.
Looking for a trusted healthcare partner for your whole family? Dental Peninsula Family Practice and Pediatrics has you covered. From newborn checkups to senior care and everything in between, our friendly providers deliver person-centered care tailored to your needs. Convenient locations in Kenai and Sobatna, we're here to help you stay healthy at every age and stage of life. We've expanded our team to better serve you. Learn more at cpgh.org or call 907-714-4111 to book your appointment.
Welcome back here on ESPN. Taking a look at the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, it is Oilers 2, Bucs nothing. Oilers with 3 hits, Bucs with 1 through 2 innings of play so far. Oilers have left 3 men on base, Bucs with 2 men on base. Back to you, Bob.
And batters 9, 1, and 2 coming to the plate. Andrew Sheffield, the second baseman, bats from the right-hand side against the lefty Paredes. And one hopper right back to Paredes. Plants his feet and makes a 1-3 putout. Wow.
That was a good job by Paredes to get to that baseball as it one-hopped back towards the mound. Had to make sure that he didn't overrun that thing, did so, and made a pretty simple throw. That's a gift of an out early here in the top of the third for the Oilers.
At 5'9", he's one of our shorter pitchers, and so he had to make a reach. And here comes Camden Lanfear, fly to center field his first time up. First pitch to him is a strike at the letters inside part of the plate, and it's strike one. Lanfear, man, if he's hitting 370, his on-base percentage must be sky high. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. I'll bet he's well over 500 with his on-base percentage. I can't vouch for his other games, but in this series...
Yes.
Yeah.
On-base percentage, .414.
Here's the pitch. Low. And it's 1-2.
Which does seem kind of low considering what he's done in this series, but here in Kenai, he's had a lot of success getting on base in a whole variety of methods.
Ball 1, strike 2. Again, looking at Olabowski, shading a little bit towards the line. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a line drive base hit into the gap in right center. And he may reel for 2. And he makes a huge turn. But Johnny on the spot is Jones. And Lanfear prudently stayed at first.
Yes, he did. And again, like you said, he made a pretty big turn as he tried to maybe think about getting second base, but Garrison Jones did a good job of getting to that baseball quickly, keeping Lanfear at first.
That's just a good hitter. in that Lanphier, shooting a line drive into the gap in right center. And there's one on, one out here with Andrew Raymond, who singled his first time up, and he takes a strike. Batting .714. I don't know how many at-bats he's got.
Well, he's only made starts in this series so far, so still relatively new to the team, but he's been impressive so far.
Strike one is the count. And a throw to first. What was the count on that Lanphier hit? I think it was 1-2.
It was 1-2.
Just good hitting.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to a guy when he's able to do stuff like that.
A stretch in the pitch, and it's fouled right back to the backstop. That's why they call it a backstop.
Yes.
I think it's 0-2.
It is 0-2.
All right. Prendez with one strikeout. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He's a finesse pitcher. So let's see what he does here with an 0-2 pitch. There's an arm throw to first. That's what I call them. Where they're deceptive, but they're not going to be as strong as if you step towards first.
Yeah, you can't put your whole body into it necessarily on those throws, but they sometimes help you get that pick off.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Runner going, and there's a fly ball to deep right field. Look out, it's hauled in at the wall! Whoa! Brown slams his back against the wall. Fair territory all the way. What a ride that Raymond gave that one to the opposite field.
That's one of the best hit balls we've seen all series, but Brady Brown says, I've got it covered. Like you said, took a shot off the wall after he caught that thing, hit to the deepest part of right field. Brown still able to bring it in for the second out.
Ooh, swallow your heart back down. Here's Luke McLeod. And the pitch to him is a strike called. McLeod playing left field. Flied to center field the first time up. Batting 182 with one RBI.
I'll tell you what, this outfield has been sensational for the Oilers today with plays like that.
Strike one to count. The stretch and the pitch. Low and inside. And again, Prendez allowing his defense to do the work here. As I'll say it again, he's a finesse pitcher. We're not a power pitcher. Ball one, strike one. Long set. And the pitch. Runner goes, a strike call. It's going to be close. I think they got him. They did. A 2-6 put out. And Fernandez shows that he can deal the cards. Go ahead, Dylan.
What a play that was by Isaac Fernandez. We've seen before, though, he's been able to do stuff like this. He's got a cannon of an arm, and he's able to throw out the runner to end the top of the third.
In the inning, 3 up and 3 down, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Let's go to the end of the third. They lead the Bucs 2-0 on KSLD.
About a new place to land here on the Kenai Peninsula? At Ashburn Cross Real Estate, we believe real estate should feel clear, calm, and personal from the very first conversation. Whether you're buying your first home, moving across town, or preparing to sell, we guide you through every step with local knowledge and genuine care. Ashburn Cross Real Estate at Jack White Real Estate, guiding you home with care.
Steamboat Wheels does install lift stations. Generally, a lift station is required with high groundwater or some type of elevation of difference that's going to require a pressurized mounded bed. But they do provide an excellent sewer system when installed correctly. Conventional septics are the preferred way to go. But when you have high groundwater or an elevation of difference where you've got to pump it up the hill to do it conventionally, a lift station may be the only way to go. Give us a call at Steam on Wheels, 907-262-3240.
Folks, Genoir Towing and Recovery. If you need a tow, the place to go is to Genoir, whether it's a vehicle or even heavy equipment. Call them at 394-6068. Put it on your cell phone. Put it in your glove compartment. Genoir Towing and Recovery, 394-6068. The Three Bears give us the Oilers 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 3 men left. And the Bucs, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 men left. And the Oilers bring batters 3, 4, and 5, Nellis, Fernandez, and Bundy. On the hill is Evan Stratton. The first pitch, he showed bunt. He offered, and he says no. Did you have a good look at that?
Yeah, I did. It kind of was a little bit of a higher pitch, but I think that's one that I guess Nellis felt as though, better hold back for the moment. Maybe just didn't see something that he liked.
He's the push bunt specialist. Ball was inside and low. His ball 2. Think of identify by name all the different types of bunts. Make a list here. We'll talk about that in a minute. And see, what does he do here? He pops this one up to the right side and just out of play. Push bunt, sacrifice bunt, suicide squeeze, drag bunt.
To Sharon and Gary.
What else?
Thank you very much.
I mean, that covers most of it. Trying to think if there's another one.
2-strike bunt.
2-strike bunt, yes. 1-strike bunt.
Ball 2-strike 1 is the count. And the pitch to Nellis. Curveball, but it stays high. I like this umpire. He shakes his head. When I call balls and strikes, I would say high, low, inside, or outside, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's outside for ball 4, and we've got a base runner here with nobody out in the 3rd inning. I did that because the benches to either side get a better look as to whether a ball is high or low, but not if it's in or out. And so it immediately stopped their complaints when balls would come right across the belt. They thought it was a great pitch, but I would say inside or outside, and then they would understand. But this umpire will shake his head. Here's the pitch, and here's a hot shot down the 3rd baseline. It's going to go into left field. He's going to wheel. He overlooks the ball. He overran it. He's going to try. No, he will not try for home. As McLeod in left field was going to keep that to a single. But here's what happens. I'm going to bet you $100. He's looking to see if he has to throw to second or 3rd. It takes his eye off it and overruns the ball, and he got an E7 on that. So it's a hit and advancing to 3rd on the error. Great shot there as Fernandez is 2 for 2. You agree that was an error? You're the official score.
I'm going to agree that was an error. It was 100% an error, and it sets up the Oilers well here with both Fernandez and Nellis on base. 2 runners in scoring position.
Boy, am I impressed with Fernandez's bat. Here's Wyatt Bundy. The first pitch is a ground ball to the right side. They're going to check the runners at the bases, and an easy 3 unassisted put out there. But again, Oilers making contact. So runners on 2nd and 3rd, and 1 out now. Here comes Luke Skinner. Skinner was called out on strikes.
Up next for the Oilers, we've got number 1-2, Luke Skinner.
On 3rd base is Nellis. At 2nd base is Fernandez. And there's 1 dead here in the 3rd inning. Luke Skinner playing 2nd base today, and the stretch and the pitch, and swing and a miss. Bats from the left-hand side, looking for signals. He's not getting anything. Evan Stratton in a scrape here for the Bucs, and he's going to try to pitch his way out of it. Here's the pitch. He shows bunt. It's a dandy along the 3rd base side, and it just rolls foul. Yeah, it hugged the stripe for a while. Landfill let it roll, and all you have to do is touch it once it goes foul.
Oh, man, it was so close, though. Great effort by Skinner along that third base line. Needed just a little bit less velocity, maybe the wind to blow a certain way to have that thing stay fair, but unfortunately it didn't.
There's another YouTube special for unusual plays where somebody tries to blow a ball foul. Have you seen that on artificial?
I have.
Yeah, that's not legal. 0-2 the count, though. Skinner in a hole here, and if Stratton strikes him out, he could wiggle out of this jam. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Swing and a miss. The two players who platoon at third base coming to the plate. Skinner now with his second strikeout. He went down swinging. Gave it his best shot. Now here's Jack Holubowski.
Saw Holubowski strike out earlier as well. Looking for a big shot here. Could bring in a couple runs if he hits it right.
Well, there's 2 outs now, and it's no longer a crisis for Stratton. He just has to get Holubowski. The first pitch to him is a strike right down the middle, and it's 0-1.
Can't count his blessings yet, though, because we've seen time after time the Oilers have done a lot of damage with 2 outs this season. It's almost comfortable for them.
Strike one to count. Runners on second and third, 2 dead, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. That one was low and away. You come to the plate with a plan. I'm going to take the first pitch, but I'm going to swing at the second. Could be a situation like that, but Stratton's about to wiggle out of a Class A scrape here. Taking his time now, getting signals. This should go out of the strike zone. Let's see. Here's the pitch. Yes, it is outside. And it's 1-2.
Good work by Holubowski not to bite on that. Broke late, just missed the zone. That's one that sometimes people swing at, but Holubowski, at least for now, showing some good discipline at the plate.
I would shorten up an inch. But make sure you put the ball in the play. Ball 1, strike 2. Here's the pitch. Way outside, and it's 2-2. On third base is Mark Nellis with a walk, and Isaac Fernandez with a single, who took second on an error. 2 errors now for the Bucs. Here's the stretch, a big pitch, 2-2. And it's fouled off to the right, out of play.
This foul ball is brought to you from Homer Little League. Thank you to the Mariners.
Leach at shortstop with his heels on the grass, standard position. Same thing with Sheffield at second. Outfield straight away, standard depth. 2-2 count. And Stratton doing what's called a deliberate job on the mound. Ball 2, strike 2. Here it comes. It's high. So, Holubowski works an 0-2 to a 3-2.
Again, that's really good patience at the plate. He's also got a lot of room up the middle here with, like you mentioned, Sheffield and Leach being so far over toward the side in left and right field.
Ball 3, strike 2, the pitch. And it's fouled away. Holubowski with a good at bat here.
He is hanging tough right now, Bob, at the plate. He is not backing down against Stratton.
Those 2 base runners are huge. Here's the stretch and the full count pitch. Fly ball, left field. It's going to go out of play over the beer garden.
Foul ball. Thank you to the Burnett family.
Making good contact with the ball, just can't get it quite into fair territory, but that's one that I'm sure he's glad probably ended up as a foul ball because it would have had too much hang time. Just got to hit one with a bit more of a drive into it here.
Ball 3, strike 2. A critical pitch once again. And here it comes. Off speed, he walked him. It was high and tight, and now the bases are loaded.
How often do you see that? Going from an 0-2 count to a walk. Really nice job by Holubowski to work that and get himself on first base. Now we'll see what Garrison Jones can do in this situation.
Jones batting .214 with a couple of RBIs and bats from the left-hand side. I'm a little more comfortable with him at the plate right now. And he's got a better look at a right-handed pitcher, of course. And with a batting average about 50 points higher. There's the pitch. Swinging a tap, it's foul. Goes behind the plate to the right-hand side, strike one. Evan Stratton's not out of this one by a long shot. The Oilers now with, 4 hits?
Yes. Yes, 4 total hits. And in this situation, like you said, Jones as a lefty batter has a built-in advantage over Stratton. Sometimes you're able to exploit that, sometimes you're not, but we did see a ground ball almost delivered for a hit earlier from Jones.
All right. Strike one to count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch, line drive. It's going to come to the second baseman. He should get it pretty easily, and he does. And the Bucs wiggle out of a bases-loaded jam here with good pitching and good defense. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 men left. We'll go to the 4th. The score is the Oilers 2 and the Bucs nothing. This is Oilers baseball on ESPN 1140.
Automotive has the best customers in the world. What about Asia? We love Asia. We work on Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundai, and Kias.
What about Amsterdam?
Do they even make cars?
No matter what side of the car the steering wheel's on, we got you covered. Dan's Automotive, serving the best customers in Alaska. Call 907-420-0416.
Fall is just around the corner. Are you ready for your next chapter? At Kenai Peninsula College, we're ready for you. Registration for the fall semester is now open, offering the classes you need close to home. And big news, our residence hall is now open. You can once again experience full campus life with lifelong friendships and live where you learn while taking classes at KPC or any UA campus. Don't wait. Secure your classes in your room today at kpc.alaska.edu. Find your place at KPC.
And welcome back to the top of the 4th, where the Bucs will bring up batters 3, 4, and 5. Prendez not ashamed to allow his defense to help him out, and they have. He's given up only 2 hits, struck out only 1, but walked only 1. And Stratton, I have to tell you, was a pretty cool customer this last inning for the Bucs.
Oh, he absolutely was, and he had to be with the bases loaded in that situation. That's one where the Oilers kind of let an opportunity go away, and that's not something they usually do. Could help the Bucs in this situation, but they've got to find a way to get something on Key and Prendez, and for the Oilers, you've got to keep doing well on defense.
Luke McLeod will lead off. He flied to center field the first time up. First pitch to him is low and inside for ball 1. McLeod playing left field, batting .182 with 1 RBI. Right-handed hitter against the left-hander, Prendez. Here's the pitch, and it's popped up out of play to the right side. Oilers have Holubowski, Cannon, Skinner, and Bundy. The infield third to first with Nellis, Jones, and Brown. The outfield left, center, and right. Battery of Prendez and Fernandez. We're in the 4th. Oilers lead 2-0. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the knees. Changeup, I think.
Yeah, went back to the changeup there. We've seen that a couple times from Prendez in this situation. Trying to strike out who was formerly the number 6 third baseman in the state of Texas.
Look at Cannon on the grass in left field. Here's the pitch. There's a curveball. He got him looking. Oh, was that a beauty? Woo!
That's the best breaking ball he's thrown maybe in this entire season. Started off to the outside, curved back in, and there was nothing, and I mean nothing, that Luke McLeod could do with that one. What a strikeout.
The batter is going to be Hank Smith. With one out, Smith bats from the left-hand side. And the pitch to him. Again, a curveball. Ooh, I think he fooled the umpire. It was a backdoor. It came in inside corner. I'll grant you that.
That was another great breaking ball by Prendez. Like I said, it just cuts well.
There's another curveball, and that catches the letters and a called strike, and it's 1-1.
Against the lefty batter, might not work quite as well, but so far Smith not able to make contact.
Hank Smith grounded to short the first time up, and he'll take another called strike. I'll tell you who Prendez reminds me of. You probably never heard of Camilo Pascual, but he was a Cuban pitcher, not very big, and he was a curveball artist. Here's the pitch. There's the curve, and he just got a piece of it. In fact, it went off the fingers of Fernandez. Ouch.
Yeah, just barely caught a piece of it to keep himself going. And Smith, thankfully, doesn't look too worse for wear, but that's always a situation where you want to make extra sure. Looks like Smith's all good.
You mean Fernandez?
I mean Fernandez, yes, sorry.
Smith's doing fine, too.
Yeah,
He
Smith's
stayed
okay.
alive.
Yeah, he's in good shape, and it looks like Isaac is as well.
Ball, 1 strike 2. I'll tell you, Prendez's curveball is just magical in this part of the inning. Here's the 1-2. There's another one. Yes, sir! He called him out of the outside corner. Holy smokes!
If that breaking ball keeps up the way it's going right now, I don't know if anybody on this Bucs team is going to be able to make contact. That is just filthy from Kian Prendez.
Well, he's not ashamed to keep throwing it. Now, you figure that they're going to get wise.
Well, if they can't hit it, then hey, why fix what's not broken, at least for the moment?
Ryan Dara coming to the plate. Here's the first pitch to him. It's a ground ball in the 5.5. Oh, knocked down. Don't throw it. And he did, but it was a wild, useless throw, and Bundy did a good job taking it on the chest. About the time that the base runner, Dara, was well into the outfield grass.
Yeah, Dara with a really nice hit on that left side. Like you said, that was so far towards the left side that I just don't think there was any chance for Cannon. Obviously, wasn't any chance for Cannon. Made the throw anyway, and it's a good thing it didn't have a lot of velocity on it, because it's so easy to overreact and overthrow your first baseman in that spot.
You're not going to impress scouts with useless heroics. You're going to impress them with wisdom. And the first pitch is a breaking pitch in there for a strike to Finn Leach. Fly to right deeply. I think he sent him to the wall.
Yeah, that's the one that Brady Brown made that fantastic catch on earlier.
Strike 1 the count. And the pitch. Ooh, that might have hit him, but it didn't. Came down right by his toes. He was not going to budge. He's going to, let's see if you want to skin my toes. Bucs now with 3 hits, I believe. Leading off is Ryan Dara, the center fielder at first base. And the pitch, he's going. And a hit and run was on. And he fouls that to the backstop. Count is 1-2. Guess what's going to be coming here? If I was Finn Leach, I'd bet the family farm on a curveball.
I would not be shocked. I'd say Finn Leach would be pretty secure in that assumption.
So let's see what he'll do with it. Or maybe he'll cross him up with a changeup. Here's the pitch. And it's a high fly ball, center field. Drifting over leisurely is Jones, and that will retire the side. It was an entertaining inning here for Mr. Kian Prendez. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. Let's go to the 4th and see if we can't pad this 2-0 lead. The score, the Oilers 2, the Bucs 0 on ESPN.
Looking for the toughest trailers and equipment on the Kenai? Head to White Spruce Trailer Sales on K Beach Road. your local dealer for TYM tractors. That's right, they have TYM tractors and implements. Anything from TYM pallet forks, box blades, snow removal, and more. Built to work as hard as you do. From sales to service, they've got the parts you need to keep your equipment running strong all year long. Speaking of service, White Spruce offers a full-service shop with special discounts for commercial companies because supporting local businesses matter. Looking for a solid job with great pay and room to grow? Dam Construction and Roofing is hiring roofers and general laborers across the Kenai Peninsula. They offer competitive pay based on experience, overtime opportunities, paid sick leave, and full-time seasonal work. No experience? No problem. If you're dependable, motivated, and ready to learn, they'll provide the opportunity. Join one of the Kenai Peninsula's fastest-growing roofing companies. Call 907-262-3996 today or visit dambuilt.com. Dam Construction and Roofing, building careers one roof at a time.
The Three Bears Alaska scoreboard gives the Oilers 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, 6 men left, and the Bucs, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 3 men left. Don't forget Christy Babcock for your insurance needs, whether it's auto, home, life, or investing opportunities. In Kenai and Soldotna, 283-7116 or 262-4440. Like a good neighbor, Christy and her State Farm team are there for you. Oilers bring up batters 9, 1, and 2. And Brady Brown is the batter. He walked with 2 outs, stole a base, and came in on a single. And the first pitch to him is a ground ball to the shortstop, picked up nicely there by Leach, and a 6-3 put out here starts the 4th inning.
Leach has been a pretty solid shortstop throughout this series, and that was a pretty routine play, but again, makes it look easy and stays natural. That's what you got to do in that shortstop position.
I have not awarded the RBIs here. I think Fernandez, I'm not sure if Fernandez has an RBI. I believe so. And Cannon. 1 out, and Cannon coming to the plate. He's had a good day. Walked and scored a run, singled and knocked in a run. Batting .286, now with 3 RBIs. Shosbont pulls it back, and it's ball 1.
Just 1 RBI right now for the Oilers. Looks like that's Mark Nellis with the lone RBI.
Nellis with the RBI.
Yes.
All right. On a fielder's choice.
Yes.
That's correct.
And the other run scored on that error.
So we'll still give an RBI for the person who knocked it in.
Yes.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Remember as well, that was on a failed pickoff by the Bucs. Really odd throw by Stratton led to that situation.
Ball 1, strike 1, 1 out, nobody on here. And Shane Cannon, the shortstop. Righty on righty matchup, and it's outside. And 2-1. Smith is at first, Sheffield at second, Leach at short, Lanfear at third, Raymond in right, Dara at center, McLeod in left for the Anchorage Bucs. Just with black tops and gray trowels, swing and a miss. That was off speed, and it's 2-2.
Good breaking ball by Stratton, painting the outside corner. Seems like he's gotten a little bit better with that as this game's progressed forward. And that's what the Bucs need to see in this middle part.
Ball 2, strike 2. We're in the bottom of 4. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Reaching for it on the outside corner, probably to foul it off. And it's a strikeout. And that will be strikeout number 1, 2, 3,
We've got number 2, 8.
4, I believe, for Evan Stratton. And here comes Brooks Hassan-Cleaver. Let's see if they pitch to him. 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. A little bit behind it.
Well, you know that the Oilers would love to get a homer here. They haven't gotten a home run in this series. Neither side has. It's been a little more about small ball in this one. Last home run was the final game of the Pilot Series. But Hassan-Cleaver, of all players, could be the one to break that streak. Break that streak, I should say.
Strike 1 the count. Here's the pitch. And it's a line drive, base hit into left field. Opposite field shot with 2 outs. Hey, you said they like 2 outs. Now let's see. That's Hassan-Cleaver's second hit. And we'll see if the Oilers can work something with it.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, they do well in that situation, it seems like. Team that thrives under pressure. And speaking of a guy who thrives under pressure, here's Mark Nellis.
Fielder's choice with an RBI, a walk. So he's been on base twice. Watch for a stolen base here. That's what the book calls for. It's too obvious sometimes, so they don't do it. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And a ground ball, just foul on the third base side. Lanfear has to get back into position. He found himself well into foul territory, checking that one out. Mark Nellis, the left fielder for the Oilers, batting .858 with now 6 RBIs. Strike one the count to the right-hander against the right-handed throwing Evan Stratton. Here's the pitch from Stratton. It's high. Stratton putting some body English that got him pirouetting on the mound there.
Yes.
I think he knew that didn't go the way he was planning. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. Another curveball that did not come down, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, when you put too much of your body into a pitch, that's usually not the sign you want. You want it to be one fluid motion that kind of makes it simplified.
Ball 2, strike 1. A hitter's count. Good time to steal. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2. 4 strikeouts for Evan Stratton. Working now on Mark Nellis. Ball 2, strike 2. Here's the pitch. That's a tap to the left side. The third baseman gets it easily and makes a bullseye throw. And the Oilers are retired here in the fourth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. At the end of 4 complete, and we're going to turn things over to Dylan to pad this lead. The score is the Oilers 2 and the Bucs nothing. This is Oilers baseball on 1140 KSLD.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
The World Cup's coming and everybody's talking defense. Here's a strategy that works long after the final whistle. If your family is complete, a no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy is a safe, effective move. If you're done building your team, it may be time to strengthen your defense. Dr. Alvarez can perform your procedure in Soldotna or Homer. It's quick, comfortable, and a whole lot easier than chasing toddlers into extra time. Don't leave your future up to a lucky bounce. Call Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics 907-235-1010 and schedule your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy. Score some peace of mind and enjoy the game.
Oilers 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 7 men left, and the Bucs no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, 3 men left. And now, with the play-by-play for innings 5 through 8, here's Dylan Simmons.
Thank you, Bob. And yes, it's been a fun one so far here in Kenai today. Oilers on top 2-0 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, trying to secure win number 7 on the season and clinch another series here at home against the Anchorage Bucs. Kian Prendez has been solid on the mound so far, has given up just 3 hits and no runs against this Bucs squad in his second start of the season. Hayden Miller will come to the plate for Anchorage as the Bucs look to finally get a run on the scoreboard, 7, 8, and 9, due up in the top half of the 5th inning. Prendez, the lefty on the mound, fires in a fastball. Haven't seen that a lot today, and he places this a little bit low. Count goes to 1-0. He's been the master of the breaking ball and changeup for the most part in this game, but you do sometimes forget that he's got that fastball in his repertoire and can use it well. 1-0, high fly ball deep to center field. Jones ranging back towards the track but makes the catch for out 1. That outfield has been tested for the Oilers today, but Garrison Jones has responded, as has Brady Brown, both of them, with some big-time catches in the deepest part of center and right field, 1 away here on the top of the 5th. That'll bring Lucas Perez to the plate. Perez so far has grounded out 2 shortstop against Kian Prendez. Junior out of Ottawa University is Prendez, hails from Dinuba, California, and delivers a changeup here to the outside for ball number 1. Prendez, third-team All-KC-AC this past season, emerged as one of the top pitchers for Ottawa University, which is located in Kansas. Here is a fly ball foul towards the left side. Count goes to 1-1. Oilers lost the first game of the series in an extra innings showdown. Went all the way to the 10th inning. Oilers lost 9-8 in that contest. So, you know they've been eager to try to win this series since. This pitch is low in the dirt for ball 2. It got away from Fernandez. Count goes to 2-1. And so far they've responded. Wednesday night, got a big victory, and last night able to secure a 6-5 win. Wednesday night they won via the run rule 16-6 in 7 innings. 2-1 pitch delivered here by Prendez. Swing and a miss. Perez fooled on the off speed, and the count goes to 2-2. So with all that said, the Oilers have been playing in pretty prime form so far to start this season. Currently lead the Alaska Baseball League standings at 6-2, trying to get it to 7-2. 2-2 coming up from Prendez. This pitch is fired. It's a bloop shot delivered towards right center field. Camping underneath it is Jones, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Or out 2, I should say. Good work by Jones to locate that baseball. Had to move up to it quite a bit. There were a few Oilers over there, but that's where good communication comes into play, and we've seen it improve so much throughout this series, and that was a great example of that. Jones waved off the others and able to make the catch. Brings up the number 9 man in the order, Andrew Sheffield, who grounded out his last time up to the pitcher and delivers a high fly ball over to left field. Now it's Nellis's turn, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So just like that, in the top of the 5th, the Bucs are retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. Back for the bottom of the 5th in just a moment to see if the Oilers can pad their lead right here on ESPN.
When you've been involved in an accident or suffered at the hands of someone else's negligence, we can help you assess whether you need an attorney and whether we can add value to your case. This is a small community, and we want to make sure that our community members are taken care of. We offer free consults to help you determine what insurances might be available to provide a full and fair recovery for you and whether we can add value to your case. Call us at Earhart, Elsner, and Cooley to schedule a free consult. 907-283-2876.
Hello, I'm Marty Hansen, owner and manager of Eyewear Express. Let's talk about your money. Let's talk about getting up at 0 dark 30 to make a buck. Whether you're working in the hospital, one of our schools, or in the rain and snow, or you spend weeks away from your family, Eyewear Express knows the value of your money, and we promise the glasses we sell you mean as much to us as your money does to you. Eyewear Express will build you eyewear that are worth the money you use to pay for them. Expect the best from Eyewear Express, located in the Peninsula Center Mall, Soldotna.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you from Coral Seymour Memorial Ballpark. There is a pitcher warming up in the bullpen for the Anchorage Bucs. It looks like Carl Colavecchio is currently warming up, and we saw him earlier in the series back in game number 1. We'll see if he comes in, but for now, Evan Stratton is still on the bump, and he'll take on Isaac Fernandez, who reached his last time up on a single and then advanced to second on an error. 4-5-6 due up for the Oilers here in the bottom of the 5th. Fernandez, Bundy, and Luke Skinner. Oilers defense has been playing well, Kian Prendez as well. Oilers have been shut out the last 2 frames, though, offensively. This is a high pitch from Stratton. Count goes to 1-0.
This is a much better ball game. This is the best ball game we've seen these 2 teams play in the series.
Yeah, really outside of the Bucs' errors, this has been a pretty cleanly played game, and we've seen good defense on both sides, so I'd have to agree with you on that. It's been much more traditional baseball. Here is a high fly ball to left field, and that gets down right in the left field corner. Digging for second is Isaac Fernandez. He's got another hit today, and this time it's a stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the 5th.
He is smoking hot. He is 3 for 3. No wonder they put him in the cleanup spot.
Sometimes it just works out for you, and Isaac Fernandez, like you said, he's been in fuego so far today. Another hit here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and 3 for 3 with 2 singles and now a double to add to his repertoire.
That ball landed on the warning track on the line fly.
It was one of the best corner hits we've seen so far this season. Wyatt Bundy comes to the plate, and the rising freshman will pop one up toward the shortstop. Finn Leach makes the catch. 1 away. About as easy of an out as the Bucs could hope for in that situation after the big shot that Skinner delivered a second ago. And here comes Luke Skinner, and maybe we should give him the nickname Wild Thing, as the music indicates. One of my favorite songs, actually. There's a wrestler's got that theme song, so I always think of that whenever I hear it, but I gotta agree with Luke's music selection there. Skinner, the number 6 man in the order, facing off with Evan Stratton. Pitch delivered by Stratton is a breaking ball high for ball 1.
So we know what your walk-up music would be.
It wouldn't be Wild Thing, but I've got another one. I have this band I love called Skillet. They've got some good ones. Probably one of their songs if I had to guess. That's one thing I've always envied about baseball players, is the walk-up songs. 1-0 pitch. Here is a ball popped up again on the right side. It'll be the first baseman who camps underneath it, or no, it's actually going to be the shortstop, Leach, who flies in to make the catch. That was a little bit of a confusing play there, but Leach was the one to finally come underneath it and make the play.
He was halfway between second and first. The air up there, maybe, is a little bit tricky.
Seems like it is, and that's very rare to see the guy come all the way from the left side of the field to make that catch. I thought for sure Smith was going to get it, but Leach ended up making the play. So now 2 outs, Holubowski to the plate, and Isaac Fernandez's double hopefully won't be for naught here. Stratton fires this one outside. Count goes to 1-0.
Holubowski worked out of an 0-2 jam to get a walk and load the bases last time up.
Oilers have had 4 combined men left on base these last 2 innings. They do not want that streak to continue right here against Evan Stratton, who's been improving as this game has gone forward. Here's a ball popped up on the right side and fouled toward the Oilers bullpen. Count goes to 1-1. Holubowski Jr. out of Chesterfield, Missouri. Was all conference in high school and trying to make some headway in Division I baseball. Had a .973 fielding percentage this past year, and is pretty solid with the bat as well. Facing a 1-1 count. Holubowski, another ball fouled off. Count will go to 1-2.
Keeping the kids busy tonight.
Holubowski stands at 6'1", 200 pounds. Had 10 hits for Bradley this past year with 10 runs, 9 RBIs, and he's been really good defensively for the Oilers. Now trying to put it together on the offensive side. 1-2 pitch, and Stratton again taking his time, receiving some signals as we've talked about, Bob. 1-2 pitch coming up. Holubowski chops this one to the left side, picked up by the third baseman Lanfear, throws it to first. It was a bit low, but Smith still able to make the catch. That will be a 5-3, and that will put an end to this bottom half of the 5th inning. Fernandez gets a double, but that's it for the Oilers. 1 hit, no errors, no runs, and 1 left on base. On to the top of the 6th in just a moment. Oilers on top 2-0 over the Bucs on ESPN.
Hi, this is Justin Ruffridge. There's nothing like a small town. It's real community. And that's one of the reasons I'm raising my family here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers, you're our friends and neighbors. Stop by at 299 North Binkley in Soldotna for hometown friendly service. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
Looking for fun for the whole family that they will love? Head over to Jumpin' Junction on K Beach Road, the Peninsula's entertainment center for all ages. Play in the arcade, dive into the active VR game room, glow it up with blacklight mini golf, bounce on inflatable fun, and grab a snack at the snack bar. Birthdays, work parties, and so much more. You can book them now at Jumpin' Junction on K Beach Road. Jumpin' Junction, where there's fun for the whole family.
I'm going to tell a true story. The bumper music you're listening to is by Bob Crosby, the brother of Bing. I once had a drink with him and my dad.
Is that right?
I'll tell you more about it later.
Man, that's an awesome story. Can't wait to hear more for that. God bless the USA playing over the loudspeakers, and we thank all of those for their service. It's July 4th coming up, of course, and can't wait to celebrate that here in Kenai.
You were not around for the bicentennial 50 years ago, but I was, and it went on for a year.
A year?
Yeah, for commercial promos and everything. It was got to be tiresome.
I can't imagine. Of course, America 250 also this year, so
it's not like anything it was 50 years ago.
Kian Prendez still on the mound. Here's a ground ball, or actually a ball popped up on the right side. First baseman chasing after it, and he can't get to it in time as it goes over the fence. That was still a heck of an effort by Wyatt Bundy. Ended up crashing off the fence. Counted 0-1.
Ran out from under his cap.
He was putting in a full effort to try to grab that baseball. Got to admire that. I love guys that, even despite the long odds, they still try to make plays, and Wyatt Bundy is certainly one of those.
Well, you don't want to risk anything with this batter. He's the toughest cookie on both teams, maybe.
Oh, that's exactly right. Camden Lanphier has just been sensational throughout this series. There's that breaking ball from Prendez, misses low. Count goes to 1-1. And while we have a moment, want to make sure you tune in tomorrow, or actually come in tomorrow to Coral Seymour Park for the Oilers Field Day fundraiser. That's outside for ball 2. It's going to be from 12 to 4. We'll have fun and games and all sorts of prizes up for grabs, so make sure you come out to the ballpark tomorrow for the Oilers Family Field Day fundraiser. Should be a fantastic event.
The team's going to be here then.
Yeah, they will be here. 2-1 pitch on the way, and called strike 2. Be a great send-off for them before they get ready to head to Anchorage for their big road series coming up. They'll play 9 straight games up towards the Anchorage area. Count at 2-2. Here's a ground ball delivered to the shortstop. Cannon picks it up, throws to first, and gets it there in time for the 6-3 to get Lanphier out. And you never take an easy out on Lanphier for granted, Bob.
Well, a smart play by Cannon as he moved to his right and took it on the backhand and measured his throw.
Very nice job to get the first out here in the top half of the 6th inning. That'll bring Andrew Raymond to the plate. Raymond, the number 2 man in the order so far in the game, has gotten a single and flew a ball out to right field. So 1 for 2 days so far. He's been one of the better batters in this series. That's why he's in the 2 spot today. Prendez places this one a little outside. Count goes to 1-0. He's already pitched more today than he did in his first appearance against the Pilots in the 4th game of that series. Has now gone 5 1/3 innings. 1-0 pitch, a little low here for ball number 2.
Got a pitch count on him?
Yeah, currently at about 70 pitches for this contest. So has a little bit of wiggle room still, but got to be careful here. 2-0 pitch. And this will be a ball popped up on the right side again. Bundy camps underneath it. First baseman has to maneuver, but makes the catch for out 2.
Everybody is drifting left and right, both teams, as that ball has got a lot of wind on it. It doesn't appear that windy on the ground level, but it is higher up above the trees.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that's where the ball can really start to change direction in midair, as we saw on that play. Good work by Bundy to be able to find that thing even with the wind fighting against it. Luke McLeod comes to the plate. Prendez trying to retire the Bucs in order once more as this pitch comes in low and the count goes to 1-0. Anchorage has usually been pretty solid to start games, but today they just have not been able to find much against Prendez, as well as this Oilers defense. Count goes to 2-0. They've also been a lot more mistake-free so far, which has really helped them in trying to win this game. Of course, you got to make sure to finish the job in these final few innings, but so far the defense has been playing very solidly. 2-0 delivered. Prendez finds a looking strike. Count goes to 2-1. Luke McLeod up to the plate for the third time today, has struck out and flew a ball out to center field. Prendez finds the zone, just painted the outside corner to bring the count to 2-2.
The ump took a second look at it.
He did, and luckily for Prendez, he made that call. Now can he finish the job against McLeod? 2-2 pitch. Just a little low this time for ball 3. Count runs full.
He walked, let's see, he's walked one batter so far, Hayden Miller.
That was earlier in the game. He's been pretty solid since. Miller pretty good at forcing walks regardless. Here's the 3-2. No, low for ball 4. So there is walk number 2. As soon as we bring up walks, Luke McLeod able to get a walk for the Bucs, and he's aboard at first base. Tying run to the plate for Anchorage. It's Hank Smith who will make his way on.
Dangerous hitter. He's 0 for 2, but don't give this guy taken for granted because he's the cleanup hitter and he's got power.
Oh, he certainly does. Guy who played for Point Loma Nazarene this past collegiate baseball season from Scottsdale, Arizona. Same area as the Dixon twins for the Oilers. And here's a pitch for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. There is a pretty heavy Southwest presence in the Alaska Baseball League this year. A lot of players from the Arizona and New Mexico area. 0-1 pitch. And this will be fouled back by Smith, and it looked like he may have clanged the bat off of himself or Fernandez.
Yeah, Fernandez caught something on his fingers, and it might have been the bat. He fouled it off.
Count will go to 0-2, and that's not the first time that's happened to Fernandez today. Home plate umpire's going to scrape off home plate.
You're going to get more foul balls off of a finesse pitcher than a power pitcher.
That, I think, is without a doubt an unquestioned fact. Count at 0-2 coming up. What does Hank Smith do here? What does Prendez do here? This ball popped up. Another foul ball, just like you were talking about. Count stays at 0-2. Smith has Ryan Dara on deck, trying to get something going for the Bucs here. They have 3 total hits in this game, along with 2 errors. Haven't gotten a runner to third yet. 0-2. And here's a ground ball to the right side, just foul before Bundy could get the unassisted out. I mean, it was barely into foul ground.
Prendez gave a little kick in disdain, I think, shucks, type of thing, to see that just go foul.
I think he knew that was a pretty good shot to get Smith out, not to be. So the lefty batter will live another day against the lefty pitcher Prendez, and he'll have to deal with another 0-2. Prendez delivers it, and here's a shot, just foul along the right side to keep the count at 0-2.
He knew what was coming there. I think it was a changeup, but it was served high, and he ripped that foul.
He certainly did. That's the 3rd straight foul ball off the bat of Hank Smith, who's doing a pretty solid job of keeping himself and the Bucs with a chance in this top half of the 6th inning.
You know what the difference is between a fast ball and a faster ball?
What's that?
I'll tell you in a minute.
All right. 0-2 on the way, and it's going to be
just got a piece of it.
Oh, man. I mean, he's just got a piece of it.
A faster ball is thrown by a finesse pitcher because he doesn't really have overpowering heat. He does, however, have a ball that's faster than another. And that's all you need to do to fool a batter.
Yeah, that's all you need. As long as you get the strikeout, in my mind, it doesn't have to matter what it is. As long as you get it done, that's all that matters to me. 0-2 pitch, and this one's high. Count goes to 1-2.
When you're seeing curveballs and changeups, then you get a faster ball. You can still swing behind it because of what you've been used to.
It's a way to kind of throw off the batter in that situation. And Prendez has used that a couple times in this game. Let's see what he goes for here with this 1-2 count. Prendez on Smith. This ball will be a ground ball right to Wyatt Bundy for an unassisted putout at first base. So the Bucs do get one walk here in this top half of the 6th inning, but otherwise no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th in just a moment. Oilers up 2-0 on ESPN.
Who would you call if your vehicle broke down? If you just had an accident or just spun off into the ditch? You might be able to think right now, but in the moment, it might be hard. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to add this name and number to your phone in case of emergency. Okay, are you ready? It's Genwar. That's Jenwar, Towing and Recovery, 394-6068. That number again is 394-6068. Available 24 hours a day. Genwar Towing and Recovery. Make sure it's in your phone.
Play ball! Bear Bucks is making savings easier than ever with new promotions that give you discounts no matter how much you spend. Enter your phone number and checkout to unlock active deals and rewards every time you shop. Not a member? No problem. Just scan the QR code in store and sign up in seconds. Start earning rewards at just $5 and get double rewards when you spend $50 or more. Don't miss out. Your rewards are tracked right on your receipt and easy to use in the app. Bear Bucks. More savings, more rewards every time you shop.
Welcome back here for Oilers baseball in Kenai and on ESPN. Dylan Simmons along with Bob Burt. We've reached the bottom half of the 6th inning. Your score on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard: Oilers 2, Anchorage Bucs 0. And a new pitcher on the mound for Anchorage, Carl Colavecchio, makes his 2nd appearance of the series, and Evan Stratton's night comes to an end, Bob.
Stratton did a good job. 5 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, struck out 4, walked 3.
Pretty solid starting job by him and Kian Prendez so far. We'll see if Prendez will make his way back onto the field for the top of the 7th inning. But this is where the Oilers could potentially have a real shot to add some more runs, because this Bucs bullpen has been a really big problem throughout this series. Oilers have capitalized time and time again, and already with a 2-0 lead, it's not a good spot for Anchorage to be in, but we'll see. Garrison Jones will come to the plate. It will be numbers 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Oilers here in the bottom of the 6th.
And there's a right-hander warming up for the Oilers right now. It's Gabe Smith.
We've seen Gabe Smith once before this season against the Glacier Pilots, and
went 1 inning too long.
Yeah, went 1 inning too much, but still was pretty solid for a short burst there.
Oh, he had him 3 up, 3 down, 2 innings in a row.
Garrison Jones to the plate against the lefty pitcher Colavecchio. He's going to show a bunt and fouls it off. Garrison Jones, one of the most reliable players to try a bunt at the plate for the Oilers this year. He loves to go to it.
Well, he fouled that one off. It was nowhere near the foul line.
Yeah, that's not one that I'm sure he would be proud of, but he's got a shot to correct that here. 0-1, not showing bunt this time. Instead, he pops it up on the left side and fouls it to bring the count to 0-2. Oilers with a 2-0 lead, 6 hits to the Bucs 3. Have not yet committed an error. Anchorage with 2. One of those errors allowed a run to come in for the Oilers on a botched pickoff attempt. 0-2 coming up to Garrison Jones. Oilers bats trying to come alive again. And that is well outside on a low breaking ball for ball 1. Count goes to 1-2 for Garrison, who we've seen already a pretty decent amount throughout this season.
Second baseman Sheffield playing deep to his left, closer to first base.
And here's another ball popped up and fouled by Jones on the left side. Keeps the count at 1-2.
This one we're gonna give to the beer garden.
Hit it in the opposite direction, and apparently it landed right in the beer garden there. Count will stay at 1-2. Lefty batter versus lefty pitcher. We've seen a few of those matchups tonight to mixed results. 1-2. And called strike 3 just on the outside corner for Colavecchio. That will retire Garrison Jones to start this bottom of the 6th. Brady Brown comes to the plate, but that's a pretty solid start for Colavecchio here. Brady Brown, the 5'10", 185 sophomore out of South Dakota State. Getting a chance back at the plate here. He's reached once on a walk and grounded out to short.
Well, a 2-out walk in the 2nd inning and a stolen base blossomed into a run.
Another example of what the Oilers can do in 2-out situations. Brown chops this one over to the third baseman, picked up by Lanphier, throws to first, and that will be an easy 5-3 to quickly away on Peninsula.
Now I know why they put Lanphier at third base today.
Well, we've seen it.
He's been busy.
Yeah, he's been busy, and they need somebody over there who can reliably get outs. Oilers hit a pretty decent amount of balls in that direction, as they just did right there with Brady Brown. Shane Cannon to the plate, leadoff batter tonight for the 2nd time in this series. He's reached on a walk and singled, also struck out in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th innings respectively. So a 1-for-2 night so far. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. That was very nearly a hit by pitch. Hit the ground just a bit before. Looked like it came off of Cannon. Count at 1-0. Shane Cannon out of UC San Diego, Coronado, California. One of the most talented players on the team, not just in baseball terms, but he can do a lot of other cool stuff too. 1-0 pitch. Watch this go by for a strike. He's been a surfer. He can backflip. He's played baseball all over Southern California.
Is he a juggler?
He's also a juggler. A man of many talents. If there was a talent show, he'd be top billing. 1-1 pitch. This is a little low for ball 2.
But can he wiggle his ears?
I have not asked him that yet, but that would be a heck of a question. And if he could do that, I'd be impressed, because I can't. I haven't met many people who can do that. 2-1 pitch. Well inside for ball 3.
So I want to tell you about Bob Crosby.
Okay.
He was, at one time, almost as famous as Bing. He led a big band that was very popular. And he sang like you would expect Bing Crosby's brother. Not quite Bing, but he was good. So my dad and he became friends under circumstances I'll tell you later.
3-1 pitch delivered.
My dad was the MC, it's a walk, was the MC of a big industrial convention in the Bahamas, and he was in charge of getting entertainment, and this was in the 60s, so Bob Crosby was in the 60s. Of course, the big band era was over, so he got hold of him. It wasn't hard. And the two of them, for 2 weeks at this convention, were like Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon, making a lot of ad-lib jokes and so forth. They hit it off really good.
Man, that's an awesome story. And they met, you said, in the Bahamas?
Yes, but I'll tell you the story, how I got involved.
Runner goes here on a low pitch. The throw to second is just away from the bag. That allows Cannon to take second on a very close stolen base.
Well, if he can do this twice in a row with a 2-out walk and a stolen base, let's see.
And it wasn't much that separated him from being out at second. That throw from Perez just a little off target allowed him to take second base. Hossenclaver to the plate, trying to spring Cannon possibly home after that walk. Extend this Oilers lead to 3. Hossenclaver, fly ball to left. It's going to send McLeod back, but he does make the catch for out number 3. So again, the Bucs able to turn away the Oilers, and a good start for Carl Colavecchio. 1 man left on base, no runs, no hits, no errors in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back for the top of the 7th in just a moment. Oilers still up 2-0 here on ESPN.
Everyone knows the struggle. The DMV keeps bankers hours while they're stuck at work. That's where AK Express rolls in to save the day. They handle the services people need, and that's why they want you. Open until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturdays 11 to 3. AK Express makes busy schedules easier. Conveniently located at the corner of K Beach and West Poppy Lane. Next to Everybody Rides Again. AK Express, where convenience is king.
cuts, fractures, sprains, burns, fishhooks, and workplace accidents. Odyssey Urgent Care treats the injuries that can't wait. Need stitches? They perform laceration repairs right here. Got a fishhook where it doesn't belong? Well, they can help with that too. With on-site x-ray services, splinting, braces, and expert injury care, you can get diagnosed and treated in one convenient visit. Conveniently located in Kenai in the Odyssey Family Practice Building. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Walk in or call 907-283-8400. Odyssey Urgent Care.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you. And on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, it is Oilers 2, Bucs nothing. 6 hits for the Oilers, 3 for Anchorage, 2 errors for the Bucs, none for the Oilers, and a total of 4 men left on base for the Bucs. A total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left on base for the Oilers in this game.
That's key. That's what's kept this game close.
It's what's hurt the Bucs before, hurting the Oilers here. But Kian Prendez still on the mound, watches a foul ball go back from Ryan Dara, counted 0-1.
He's going deeper than any starting pitcher so far this year.
Yeah, he's being tested right now, but he has responded to every test he's faced. Above 80 pitches now, so he's getting up there. But Prendez has shown this talent before at Ottawa. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. It is still as effective even this late in the game.
Ryan Dara is 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single, batting .276 with 5 RBIs.
One of the 3 hits that the Bucs have so far in this contest. 0-2 pitch coming up, and he's gonna foul this one off his own body. It rolled into the field of play, but that's a foul ball.
It was fair the whole way. Oh man! So I'll tell you about Bob Crosby here. When he came to Chicago about a year later, my dad wanted me to see him. And he was playing in a shopping center, and it was fantastic music. I loved the big bands even as a teenager.
Yeah.
So my dad and he repaired to a bar, and I figured, oh, there's no way I can go into a bar. This is in a big shopping mall in the Chicago area.
Yeah.
All right. Wait for the next pitch.
Here's Ryan Dara still at the plate, and he'll fly one over towards right field, and a sliding catch made by Brady Brown for the out. Second spectacular catch he's made in the outfield today.
And I want to compliment Dara because that was a well-pitched curveball, and he knew it was coming, and he made great contact.
Unfortunately for the Bucs, but good for the Oilers, this outfield continues to do so well today. Whether it's been Jones, Nellis, or Brown, they've really been the true MVPs outside of Prendez. Finn Leach will come to the plate, the number 6 man in the order. Leach so far has flew a couple of balls into the outfield, one to right, one to center. And there's that breaking ball from Prendez again for a strike.
So anyway, I'm watching my dad and Bob Crosby having a drink, and I'm on my tiptoes and craning my neck and sitting out by the potted palms.
Bunt is shown here. It's going to be laid down. That's a fair ball. Catcher Fernandez throws to first and still got it there in time. What a reaction by Fernandez to get the out.
You could see from here the look in his eye. He was going to make sure he threw a bullet.
He knew he had to there, too, because that ball barely was hit out of the home plate area. Fernandez saw it, still got the ball over to first in time. A brilliant throw by the catcher, 2 away.
What a compliment the Bucs have just paid to Prendez.
That shows they respect his ability.
They're just going to try to bunt their way on.
So Hayden Miller now to the plate. He's reached before today as he swings and misses here.
So finally, they looked over their shoulders and looked at me, and they said, they waved me in. I was 18, okay? Oh, no, it's okay, so long as you're not drinking. So I got my dad on my left and Bob Crosby on my right. And that's a ball, it's low. And I asked every question I could about famous people and Hollywood and so forth.
Yeah.
I knew this was really something, so.
You knew that was a special moment.
It was.
Even at that age. 1-1 pitch. And that's low for ball 2. Breaking ball attempted just a little bit low this time from Prendez.
We talked baseball. It was when the Cubs were in the process of choking in 1969 to the Mets.
2-1 coming up. And a swing and a miss for Miller. Another great pitch from Prendez, this time the low part of the outside corner. Count will be at 2-2. Trying to seal the deal with a strikeout right here. to retire the Bucs in order in the top of the 7th. 2-2 pitch. That is inside and thankfully didn't hit Miller. It's ball 3.
Miller's 0 for 1. He walked and fly to center.
And was able to do that back in the 2nd inning on the walk. One of the few early mistakes that Prendez had.
That was a 4-pitch walk, I think.
It was. 3-2 coming up. And here is a fly ball out to right field. Brady Brown into foul ground, camps underneath it, in the shadow, makes the catch for out 3. Another great catch for Brown, and another out for the Oilers. They retire the Bucs in order in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. Stretch time here at the ballpark. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th in just a moment. Oilers on top, 2-0.
Hazardous trees are such a problem here on the Kenai Peninsula, but they have to be handled, and the place to call is AK Tree Solutions. With many years of experience in residential hazardous tree removal, they offer guaranteed customer satisfaction, and they're very accommodating. AK Tree Solutions also offers tree pruning, and they're licensed and insured. Get those hazardous trees off your property today. Call AK Tree Solutions, 907-398-2903. That's 907-398-2903.
Ready to spice up your day? Playa Azul Mexican Restaurant in Kenai is serving a bold, authentic Mexican food made with love and packed with flavor. New to town or just passing through, this is your must-stop spot for amazing variety, unbeatable prices, and all your favorites. Enjoy the free salsa bar and kick back with cold beer or a glass of wine. Located just past the last traffic light in Kenai, headed north, Playa Azul is where the fiesta never ends. Come hungry, leave happy. Playa Azul Mexican Restaurant.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN, and we've reached stretch time here at Coral Seymour Memorial Ballpark. As we approach the bottom half of the 7th inning, it is still Oilers 2, Bucs nothing, thanks to a great performance from Kian Prendez and this Oilers defense so far.
7 full innings, and he's allowed no runs, just 3 hits, struck out 3, 2 walks.
And you can see by what he's done today why the Oilers were so excited when this guy signed up to join the cause. Now the Oilers bats looking to help out their pitcher and add some runs to the scoreboard. Mark Nellis will come to the plate, the number 3 man in the order. He'll be followed by Isaac Fernandez and Wyatt Bundy.
He's been on base 3 times, a fielder's choice RBI, a walk, and a ground out to third.
We'll see if he can get back on base right here against Carl Colavecchio, still on the bump. Nellis showed bunt, pitch was outside, count at 1-0. Nellis has been one of the better hitters so far throughout this young Oilers season.
Look at the second baseman, Sheffield. He's lined up for a push bunt with a lefty.
He's ready for it. Nellis hitting .358, lets this go by for a strike.
Yeah, with a left-handed pitcher and momentum going towards third base as well, but probably not. He's not going to try it now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to set up for a routine at-bat appearance here. 1-1. That is called for a strike. Count at 1-2. A little bit lower in the zone that time from Colavecchio, but gets the job done. 1-2 pitch coming up. Oilers trying to add some insurance. Pad this lead out. Nellis digs after it, just fouls it off. Count stays at 1-2. We know that Prendez likely won't be able to go the entire way, even though he's shown great skill today. He's just getting up there in pitch count.
Oh, I don't think he can possibly come out for the 8th inning.
We shall see. 1-2 pitch. High breaking ball bounces off the glove of Lucas Perez, and the count evens at 2-2.
We saw one hitter by an Oiler pitcher, 15 years ago. He went the entire distance.
That'd be pretty special to see something like that again here.
I'll tell you what else we've seen on the opposite end. We've seen a no-hitter against the Oilers with multiple pitchers going 13 innings.
Oh my goodness. Talk about a game.
Not a single hit for an Oiler, and they lost it 1-0.
Payoff pitch coming up here for Mark Nellis with no outs and a swing and a miss. Out one recorded. So Nellis is retired with that strikeout. That'll bring Isaac Fernandez to the plate. he'll be followed by Wyatt Bundy. But that's a good strikeout for Colavecchio, who's already got 2 early in this one. So Fernandez at the plate. He's had a pretty solid day so far. In fact, a really good day, I would say. He's reached base 3 times on 3 hits, 2 singles, and a double.
That's what you call a really good day.
To say the least, as he pops this one foul. Count goes to 0-1.
Led off with a commanding slam into the left field corner to start the 5th, but he got stranded.
That he did. He's hoping to have a little bit more success here and maybe get his teammates involved. 0-1 with 1 out. Pitch delivered by Colavecchio. Fernandez, fly ball over to right field. Raymond in foul ground makes the catch to retire Fernandez for the first time today. 2 away. Got a good charge into it, but just a little too much hang time this time. That'll bring the first baseman Wyatt Bundy to the plate.
The biggest letdown for the Oilers was in the 3rd when they had runners on 2nd and 3rd and nobody out and could not score.
Yeah, had bases loaded in that inning as well and just couldn't get anybody in. They're hoping that that doesn't come back to bite them here. This pitch just wide. Count goes to 1-0 for Wyatt Bundy. It's those things that sometimes early in the game you make mistakes on that end up coming back to haunt you later. But the Oilers still with the lead regardless.
That's not a mistake. It's just good pitching on the Bucs' part, so.
Yeah, got him out of a jam. Not really a mistake, so misnomer there on my part. Count at 1-1, but a missed opportunity, I guess, is the best way to describe it. 1-1 pitch.
There's a curve, but that didn't catch the corner.
Yeah, breaking ball just inside for ball number 2. Wyatt Bundy, so far today, does not have a hit. He's grounded out twice, or grounded out once and flown a ball out twice. This ball fouled off toward the left side of the field.
That was another breaking pitch, I think a slider.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of breaking balls from Colavecchio here, kind of similar to what Prendez has done, and it's worked for him too. Breaking ball's been the name of the game so far today. 2-2 pitch coming up for Wyatt Bundy, and delivers a ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. It got by the shortstop Finn Leach, and Bundy has a 2-out single in the bottom of the 7th. Leach tried to make a play on it as he went up towards the middle part of the field, but just couldn't get to it in time. A single for the Oilers, and we'll see if they can capitalize on that as Luke Skinner
He's
will
heading
come
back.
to the plate.
I think we're going to get a pinch hitter. It looks to me like it's going to be Lusky, and that's exactly what I was hoping would happen here, as we'll have now a lefty on righty matchup.
Yep, Luke Lusky, at the plate for the Oilers, our first pinch hitter of the game. Home plate umpire trying to make sure he's got that cleared.
Now watch for action on the base paths as well.
Yeah, we'll see what Bundy wants to do over at first. I wouldn't be shocked, like you said, if they decided to be a little more aggressive here with this 2-0 lead, trying to build it late and at least put themselves in position to put this away. They've now out-hit the Bucs 7-3 in this contest. Lusky at the plate with 2 outs. Southpaw Colavecchio delivers a pitch low for ball 1. Went for a fastball that time against Lusky, who's getting his first at-bat here in this game. And we've seen a lot of Luke Lusky this season. He's more often than not been a guy who can deliver in big situations like this as he watches this pitch go wide. Count will go to 2-0.
Got some signals from third base, and the coach was being as cool as he could. Let's see if there's a hit and run here with the hitter's count.
He's got a .211 average on the year with 5 RBIs. He will foul this one off on the right side towards the Oilers bullpen to keep the count, or move the count to 2-1.
Bundy faked me out, but not the left-hander, who was looking right at him.
Yeah, Colavecchio keeping a close eye over at first. I think that he knows what the situation is, and he doesn't want to have any sort of potential stolen base given up if he can help it. 2-1 coming up. It is well inside, right at the chest of Lusky. Count goes to 3-1, and he might have a chance to force a walk here. He's got Jack Holubowski waiting on deck, at least for now. 3-1 pitch. Lusky chops this one into fair territory. Third baseman picks it up on the run, throws to first, and got it there in time. Good play by Camden Lanfear for the 5-3 on Lusky. That will retire the side in the bottom of the 7th. One hit for the Oilers from Wyatt Bundy. One man left on base, no errors and no runs. We'll be back for the top of the 8th in just a moment. Oilers lead still 2-0 here on ESPN.
As we head into the summer months, don't forget all your summertime workwear and outerwear at Sweeney's Clothing in Saldana. Right now, take advantage of great deals such as extra tough apparel at 20% off, including t-shirts and sweatshirts. Don't miss the cozy comfort of fleece blankets, $24.95. Levi jeans, 20% off. Hats and socks, 20% off. Also be sure to check out the exclusive 250th anniversary t-shirts. There's always new things coming in at Sweeney's Clothing in Saldana, your workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family.
Let's talk about something that's so top of mind, so really important. It offers financial protection for your loved ones, help them keep things like mortgage, credit card debt, and even your closing certification. Plus, life insurance is probably a lot more affordable than you think. And with State Farm, your local agent can help you understand and choose coverage for needs and life.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai, and now also at the Soldotno lot.
Welcome back here on ESPN. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you for the top half of the 8th inning. We've got a new second baseman on the field. Sammy Lopez is in, and there's also a new pitcher for the Oilers as well, as expected. Kian Prendez's day will come to an end, and the new man on the mound is number 23. That is Nate Ramirez, who's going to be taking the bump for the Oilers. So we'll see what Prendez's day is in just a moment, but Ramirez making yet another appearance this season. He's no stranger to the mound for the Oilers. We've seen him quite a bit in relief. He's made a total of 2 appearances this season, or 3 appearances, I should say, for the Oilers, and in those outings, he's went 1 inning, 2/3, and 1 inning. So usually brought in short bursts. We'll see what he can do here.
Great outing, the best one of the year for any Oilers starter. Kian Prendez, 7 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Pretty solid stuff, all things considered, for Kian Prendez in this one. Like you said, best starting outing we've seen all season. Lucas Perez will lead off for the Bucs, still down 2-0, trying to see if they can make some headway against Nate Ramirez, who has struggled a little bit in his last 2 appearances on the mound, but we certainly know that he can get the job done. He did so in his first appearance and delivers a strike here. Count goes to 0-1.
Oilers have Holubowski, Cannon, Lopez, and Bundy. Now the infield third to first.
0-1 pitch, check swing. It looks like he went around to me, and he did. That'll bring the count to 0-2.
Nellis, Jones, and Brown, the outfield, left, center, and right in the battery now of, help me out, who's pitching?
Nate Ramirez.
Ramirez and Fernandez.
0-2, check swing again, and they say he went around again. Strike 3 called. Perez gets struck out swinging by Nate Ramirez on 2 swings that he probably would want back. Andrew Sheffield will come to the plate for Anchorage, but that's a good start for Nate Ramirez, the sophomore out of Yavapai. Sheffield, a 9-hole hitter. He's got Camden Lanfear waiting on deck, which is going to be a tough out for Ramirez and the Oilers defense in the top of the 8th. Ramirez, breaking ball, misses outside for ball 1.
Sheffield's 0 for 2. He grounded to the pitcher and flew out to left.
1-0 pitch coming up from Nate Ramirez here. And that's a little bit high to bring the count to 2-0. Tried to, again, target that outside corner against Sheffield, who didn't bite at it.
Holubowski close to the foul line to prevent a double.
2-0 coming up. That same breaking ball, this time, though, much more accurate with it to get the 2-1 on the outside corner. Like you said, Holubowski playing up close to the foul line, over there near third base. Bundy a little closer in on the right side. And here's a ball that is fouled off by Sheffield. That'll help Ramirez as it brings the count to 2-2.
KSLD and its sister stations and the KSRM radio group, the recognized leader in broadcasting sports. It's 8:37.
2-2 coming up. Ramirez, breaking ball, called strike 3. Looking like a Kian Prendez pitch that time, and he's able to get Sheffield for a second straight strikeout, 2 away in the top of the 8th.
Now here's the toughest customer, Camden Landfair. He's been outstanding at third base today. He's 1 for 3. He's flied to center, singled, and grounded to short.
This will be a significant test for Ramirez. He's done well so far, but that was against the bottom part of the Bucs order. This against their top hitter. Here's a ground ball delivered to the third baseman, picked up. Holubowski throws to first and did not get it there in time as Lamphere's able to beat it out. That's one that Cannon was in position to make a play on. Holubowski dove for it and got it, and his throw was just a little late.
I think he did the right thing. I don't think Cannon would, with his momentum going away from the infield, would have been able to get Landfair anyway.
I would agree with that. That's going to be a single for the Bucs. It's Camden Landfair with his second hit of the game. Andrew Raymond comes to the plate, tying run at the plate for the Bucs, and a man aboard. Ramirez.
That's 3 infield hits we've seen from Landfair in the last 2 games.
He's so good at positioning those ground balls, making it tough for the Oilers defense or any defense he goes up against to get a clean out on him. That's what's made him so effective this season. 0-1 pitch coming up from Nate Ramirez right here. Ramirez. Yes, for a strike. Got it on the outside corner against the lefty batter. Count goes to 0-2 on Raymond, who so far today does have 1 hit, a single back in the first. He's also flown a ball out and popped a ball up. 0-2 coming up. 2 away with Landfair at first. Delivered by Ramirez. Tried the outside corner, missed.
The question is, are we going to see O'Ponnell for a closer 2 nights in a row? I don't think so.
I would say not, but never say never. Count at 1-2. Ramirez fires, runner goes, swing and a miss.
Wow!
And Nate Ramirez gets his 3rd strikeout in the top half of the 8th inning. Talk about coming in and making a statement. The sophomore from Yavapai doing exactly that. In the top of the 8th for the Bucs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Oilers for now preserve the 2-0 lead. Peninsula will look to add some insurance in the bottom half of the 8th in just a moment. We'll be back on ESPN.
Your health matters every day, not just when you're sick. At Peninsula Community Health Services, we're here to keep you well with personalized primary care and preventative services for the whole family. From checkups and screenings to managing ongoing conditions, our caring team is ready to help you stay ahead of your health. Don't wait. Take the first step toward feeling your best today. Call PCHS at 907-262-3119 or online at pchsak.org.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
Officers at Beeman's talking with Steve. Beeman's is full of summer sports gear. Ain't that right, Steve?
It is, Matt. So in soccer, we have a lot of youth soccer, shoes and shin guards and balls and socks. Softball and baseballs, well, we have a really limited selection of mitts from Rawlings. We haven't gotten them all in yet. So we have batting gloves and cleats and balls and bats. We have baseballs and footballs and basketballs and tennis balls and a great selection of bikes.
You'll find upstairs at Beeman's, located on the Kenai Spur Highway in Silvata.
Well, as we go to the bottom of the 8th and the Oilers starving for some insurance, they will bring up batters 7, 8, and 9. As the Oilers have 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and they have stranded 9. And the Bucs, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, with just 4 men left on base. And coming to the plate should be Jack Holubowski. And let's see here. Yes, it is. As Dylan is going to try and bring up some folks for an interview, I think we would have certainly Kian Prendez and probably Isaac Fernandez, who's 3 for 4. But this game is not over. We're on thin ice, leading 2-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's their first pitch, and it's low for ball 1. Holubowski 0 for 2 with a walk. Colavecchio has been excellent for the Bucs here in relief. The left-hander goes through the stretch and the pitch. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. The Bucs have Lanfear, Leach, Sheffield, and Smith. The infield third to first with McLeod, Dara, and Raymond. The outfield left, center, and right, and a battery of Colavecchio and Perez. Ball 1, strike 1. Here's the pitch. That's in there. And all you're going to be looking at those. Ball 1, strike 2. Colavecchio, a masterful work in relief of Evan Stratton. Here's the pitch. That's inside and low, and it's 2-2. Stratton went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. Only one of them earned. 6 hits, struck out 4, and walked 3. Ball 2, strike 2. And the 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball fair, line drive fair under the hole in left field. He's going to wheel for 2. There's a heck of a peg coming in, but it's offline as Holubowski has just lined an opening double into left field. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Dylan?
Yeah, that is exactly what the Oilers were looking for, like you mentioned. Delivered it on that left side. I didn't get a good view at it, but Jack Holubowski, we've been waiting for him to get that sort of shot in this game. That's exactly what he does with a leadoff double. What a way to start potentially for the Oilers in this bottom of the 8th.
Garrison Jones coming to the plate, a left-hander. He has grounded to second twice and struck out. Lefty on lefty matchup. Let's see if he bunts. That wouldn't be a bad idea, and they're expecting it. And there's the bunt. It's a fair ball on the first base side. They've got to go to first. And it is a 3-4 put out, and it puts a runner on third base with only 1 out. A great sacrifice there by Garrison Jones.
Oh, it absolutely was. Again, in that situation, that's exactly what you want to do if you're the Oilers, and that's exactly what we saw from Garrison Jones, who's one of the best bunters on this team, and able to get that sac bunt to advance Holubowski to third. Now they just need 1 hit into the outfield or contact into the outfield to score the winning run.
Brady Brown coming to the plate. A 2-out walk blossomed into a run with his stolen base. A curveball is right in there, and it's strike 1. He's grounded to short and grounded to third. The infield, all 4 of them are up on the grass. And the outfield is shallow as well. Here's the pitch. And he grounds this one. Another breaking pitch. Got him on the bat handle, and it's 0-2. 0-2 the count. The infield is drawn in. Very, very, very tight situation. Here's the pitch by Colavecchio. Breaking pitch, he whiffs. And he strikes out, and that cools the Oilers' Jets considerably. Woo.
Yeah, that's a tough strikeout right there in the bottom part of the order for the Oilers. The good news is they got the top of the order coming up, and this is where Shane Cannon is going to come into play here. We've seen today Cannon has already reached 3 times, so he's been pretty good in these spots.
Got an RBI on his single in the second. He's walked twice and scored a run and struck out. Runner on third now, 2 outs. A wild pitch or a pass ball would look good. Here's the pitch. It's a curve ball. It's inside. Ball 1. Come on, Shane. We need that third run. Colavecchio to the stretch. Here's the pitch. Outside, with a lefty, he's not going to a windup, so I wouldn't risk trying to steal home. But if he was a windup pitcher, I might.
I would consider it, especially at this juncture, but like you said, it doesn't take a lot of windup time here.
Ball 2, no strikes. Here's the pitch. It's inside. I don't think they want to pitch to him, but Hassencleaver's up next.
Yeah, that's where you got to kind of measure risk versus reward. I know Cannon's been on base a lot today, but Hassencleaver's right behind him, so I guess it's kind of in a way, lose-lose situation here for Carl Colavecchio and the Bucs.
Take this pitch. Let's see if he does. Ball 3, no strikes. Here it comes. way outside. It's ball 4, 4-pitch walk. But now coming up was Brooks Hassencleaver, who's 2 for 4 and has a big stick.
Certainly does. One of the few people in the ABL with multiple home runs. This guy has been clutch in many situations, already has a couple of hits today. Maybe he's got another one in him.
Colavecchio has only given up 2 hits. And now here is Brooks Hassencleaver, runners on the corners. And here's the pitch. Inside, the runner goes to second, and he's going to take second. He juked and stopped to try and tempt the catcher, who faked the throw without a ball in his hand, and staying glued to third was Holubowski.
Yeah, that was the patented double steal attempt from the Oilers, and they tried to see if they could catch perhaps Perez in a bad throw, but he didn't overreact to the situation and kept the ball in his hands as he should have.
What happened? The umpire called time. For a minute, I thought he called a balk. Boy, that would have been cheap.
That would have been a weird way to get a run, but I'm sure the Oilers wouldn't have said no.
Ball 1 is the count. Hassencleaver, lefty on lefty. It is huge right now. Here's the stretch and the pitch. And it's outside.
Oh, they called a strike that time.
Call strike. Ball 1, strike 1. Now to the stretch. And the pitch. Curveball misses. And it's 2-1.
It's all a matter of patience right now for Brooks. He's one of the most patient batters in the Alaska Baseball League. Just trying to find the perfect pitch to deal with here against Colavecchio.
Here's the stretch and the 2-1. He calls a strike on the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Ball 2, strike 2. 2 runners in scoring position, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Oilers with 8 hits to the Bucs 3. Ball 2, strike 2. Colavecchio to the stretch and the pitch. That's ball 4. Wow.
A little outside for ball 3 there.
Thank you very much. I've had more than one senior moment tonight.
All good, all good.
All right. Ball 3, strike 2. I could tell the umpire he was wrong, but I don't think he'd believe me. Ball 3, strike 2. Here we go. And the pitch. Fly ball, deep left field. It's going to be way out of play. And we'll reload.
That had a pretty good amount of distance underneath it. Of course, we know Brooks is a great power batter. Needed a little bit more direction to the right, though, on that one.
Well, this is what you come to watch a baseball game for. A great face-off here between batter and pitcher. Here's the stretch and the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. What a letdown that is. But a great pitch by Colavecchio. And now I'm going to let you take the 9th inning, my friend, as we'll go to the 9th with the score. The Oilers 2 and the Bucs nothing. This is ESPN.
Looking for a solid job with great pay and room to grow? Dam Construction and Roofing is hiring roofers and general laborers across the Kenai Peninsula. They offer competitive pay based on experience, overtime opportunities, paid sick leave, and full-time seasonal work. No experience? No problem. If you're dependable, motivated, and ready to learn, they'll provide the opportunity. Join one of the Kenai Peninsula's fastest-growing roofing companies. Call 907-262-3996 today or visit dambuilt.com. Dam Construction and Roofing, building careers one roof at a time. Gentle Dental in Soldotna proudly welcomes Dr. Perkins to the practice. He brings a remarkable background from studying in France to earning a degree in microbiology and a DMD, graduating near the top nationality. With over 5,000 hours in implant dentistry and decades in anesthesiology, he delivers advanced, comfortable care. Dr. Perkins is recognized among America's top dentists and enjoys serving Alaska communities. Gentle Dental continues providing trusted modern care. Call 907-262-8834 for your next appointment.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN. Dylan Simmons, Bob Bird joining you for the top half of the ninth inning on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. It is Oilers 2, Bucs nothing. The Oilers have 8 total hits in this contest. The Bucs with 4 listed on Presto right now. 2 errors for Anchorage, none for the Oilers. Oilers have had a lot of men left on base in this game. However, despite all of that, they still have this 2-0 lead, and they're trying to close it down with Nate Ramirez on the bump here in this top half of the ninth inning. He had 3 strikeouts in the top of the 8th after coming in for Kian Prendez, who lasted 7 full innings. Luke McLeod to the plate, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Bucs on their last gasp here in Kenai.
Well, with these 3, 4, and 5, that's hardly a gasp.
This pitch is going to be low for ball number 1. Yeah, they've got a lot of opportunity here to get some runs on the board, no questions asked. Oilers pitching, though, has been superb today, but we'll see which dynamic wins out as Ramirez misses a little bit inside and perhaps a little low on this ball 2. Count goes to 2-0. McLeod, the number 3 man in the order for the Bucs, doesn't have a hit yet today, but has reached on a walk. 2-0 pitch. That's high and tight, ball 3, almost hit McLeod. And just like that, a 3-0 count that would put a runner aboard for Anchorage. 3-0 coming up for Nate Ramirez. Trying to see if he can get back in the strike zone.
No,
outside for ball 4. Tried to paint that outside corner. McLeod was not fooled in a 4-pitch walk to start this top of the 9th. That is not what the Oilers wanted to see.
the Oilers have evacuated the bullpen, but about 3 guys went right back.
Hank Smith will come to the plate, and yeah, they're going to have to make sure to have at least a few guys ready to go if things get south in this top of the 9th. Smith at the plate with a runner at first in McLeod. This pitch well inside for ball number 1. Ramirez, so far this season for the Oilers, has not went further than a full inning. So he's not been a guy who's made it super far statistically throughout this season. And it looks like Caden Tharp is going to come to the bump, to at least talk to Nate Ramirez here.
Well, you consider that he struck out the side in the 8th inning, and there was plenty of confidence that he could hopefully keep that momentum going. But now he's in a scrape here, and they're going to have to try and discuss you're not discussing strategy here. You're trying to calm him down.
Trying to calm him down and probably get him to attack the strike zone a little bit more. We've seen some pitches kind of to the outside and inside. Want to see if you can get that zone a little bit more consistently here, especially with some of these guys coming up. So the tying run is at the plate with no outs. Hank Smith is on for the Bucs, and Smith, he's been quiet today, 0 for 3, but you cannot count out his versatility and his ability at the plate. 1-0 count with none away. McLeod at first, and that's more like it. Ramirez delivers a looking strike. Count evens at 1-1. Hank Smith has been effective all series for the Bucs. Quiet today, but we know that he's not a guy to be taken lightly. Oilers do as well. 1-1 coming up from Nate Ramirez. Delivers it. It's outside for ball 2. Again, tried to go to the outside corner on that pitch. Just missing. And you can't pitch away forever in this situation either. Sometimes you gotta try to see if you can get him with one of those fastballs.
Holubowski is not guarding the line at third.
He is not. 2-1 on the way, and that's strike 2. Good work by Nate Ramirez. Low part of the zone for the second strike. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hank Smith. Bucs have 4 total hits in this game. Have not had a lot of success getting guys on base yet. Can Ramirez keep it that way? 2-2. Here's a line shot that's going to get down into the gap in left center field. McLeod coming around second, making his way to third. He'll get there. Here's the throw to second base. It's not going to be there in time. And Hank Smith with a no-out double here in the top of the ninth, and 2 runners in scoring position for Anchorage.
He earned that every step of the way, that double, and we're lucky he did not send the runner in at third, as the ball was bobbled when the throw came in from left field, and now we're going to get a switch in pitchers.
Yep, Dave Dawson will make his way out of the dugout, and we'll find out who the new pitcher is in just a moment for the Oilers. We'll be back in just a few moments for Oilers Bucs, top of the ninth. Oilers up 2-0, but Anchorage threatening. We'll be right back.
Injured, recovering from surgery, had a stroke, brain injury, or trouble swallowing? Central Peninsula Rehabilitation Services is here to help you feel your best again. With expert care in physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech-language pathology, our team creates a plan tailored just for you. From neurological conditions and sports injuries to joint replacements and everyday aches, we've got you covered. With 4 convenient locations in Kenai and Soldotna, care is always close to home. Learn more at cph.org. Just search rehab.
Thinking about a new place to land here on the Kenai Peninsula? At Ashton Krause Real Estate, we believe real estate should feel clear, calm, and personal from the very first conversation. Whether you're buying your first home, moving across town, or preparing to sell, we guide you through every step with local knowledge and genuine care. Ashton Krause Real Estate at Jack White Real Estate, guiding you home with care.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on ESPN. Dylan Simmons, Bob Bird joining you. Top half of the ninth inning. No outs. The score still 2-0 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard in favor of your Peninsula Oilers. However, the Anchorage Bucs threatening. They have 2 runners in scoring position, and Hank Smith just delivered what could be a game-changing double a moment ago as Nate Ramirez's night comes to an end after 1 inning pitched and 3 strikeouts. That'll bring Gabe Smith to the mound for his first appearance of the series.
Ramirez with 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk, and he's responsible for those runners. Gabe Smith, the local product, looked very impressive in 2 innings pitched last week, and in his third, though, they touched him for a couple of runs. It did not affect the outcome of the game.
As you said, he appeared against the Pilots in the final game of that series. 8-3 win for the Oilers that day. Had 3 innings pitched with 3 earned runs given up, but had 2 solid innings to start. Now he just needs 3 outs here to help the Oilers to a 2-0 victory. But Ryan Dara is not going to be any easy out. He's 1 for 3. He has struck out, flew a ball out to right and got a single. The single back in the 4th inning. Trying to capitalize on the work that Kian Prendez started. Ramirez carried it through the 8th, and now we'll see if Smith can carry it through the ninth. McLeod at 3rd. Hank Smith is at 2nd. Pitch delivered by Smith. Check swing. Called for a strike. Count goes to 0-1 as it painted the outside corner. Of course, Gabe Smith, very popular around these parts. He's from Kenai, local guy who has the full support of these people who've watched him grow up playing baseball here on the peninsula. 0-1 pitch. This is foul towards the right side. That quickly brings it to an 0-2. Pretty good start for Smith here. Now, the bottom part of the Bucs lineup has not been nearly as effective as the top part of the order. That could be their Achilles heel here. Could help Gabe Smith. 0-2 pitch. Delivers this one just inside for ball 1. That was close, though. I think the crowd thought that would be a strikeout. Just missed it. 1-2 coming up for Dara, who's been pretty well disciplined at the plate throughout this series. The 1-2 coming up. Smith has this one grounded through the right side for a base hit. It went right past Bundy. 1 run comes in. Here's Smith for the 2nd. He'll score. Coming all the way to 3rd base as that goes all the way to the right field corner is Ryan Dara. That's going to be a 2-run triple to tie the game.
Right over the bag, a hot shot at first base. And we are tied.
Wow, what a game changer in this top half of the ninth inning. Give credit to Ryan Dara. Exactly what the Bucs needed in that situation. They get it. A huge game-changing RBI triple that clears the bases and ties the game. And now what would be the leading run is at third base. Gabe Smith fires this pitch in high. Count goes to 1-0. I mean, as far as a hit into the outfield goes, it's not a fly ball. That's about as good of a hit as you could hope for.
And he hit a 1-2 count.
It was looking good for Smith at the start. Infield is playing up here as that pitch is delivered for a strike. Count evens at 1-1.
The runs charged to Ramirez.
And in this situation, the Oilers still have the bottom of the ninth to work with. It'll have to be played now thanks to the game being tied, but will they be down a run? 1-1. Here's a fly ball delivered to left. Nellis is back. He will make the catch. Runner tags. Here's the throw. It will make it. No, it doesn't make it in time. Fernandez tried to get the tag on Dara. He just came across the plate as the tag was being applied, and the Bucs take the lead on a sac fly from Finn Leach.
A big mistake by Ryan Dara for not sliding. And he ought to be talked to right now if I was his coach. He got away with murder there, otherwise we would have had a double play.
Yeah, looked for sure as though that could have been an out at the plate for the Oilers, but instead the Bucs get away with it. Finn Leach will be credited with the RBI and the sacrifice fly. Dara scores the run, and for the first time in this game, the Anchorage Bucs have the lead.
Are we surprised about the way this game has gone?
Considering what we've seen in this series, I don't think anything would surprise us at this point.
No, the Bucs stealing the scenario that the Oilers did.
1-0 pitch coming up to Hayden Miller. Yeah, today it's been the Oilers bullpen late that's caused them issues as this pitch misses as well. Count at 2-0. And at this point, the Oilers are going to have to hope that their offense can produce in the bottom of the ninth, and they've been held scoreless since the second inning. 2-0 pitch is delivered, and that misses as well. Ball 3. Boy, Gabe Smith just cannot find the strike zone here in this top of the ninth so far. Little bit of action in the Oilers bullpen, but not much. 3-0 coming up from Smith, and that's ball 4. 4-pitch walk delivered to Hayden Miller, and a runner at first for Anchorage. Gabe Smith's going to have to be more effective in the strike zone, or this could get really concerning for the Oilers.
Got a lefty warming up in the bullpen for the Oilers. Number 30.
That would be Justin Parks, who we've seen once in this series, and he was very effective before. Oilers hoping that it will not come to that at this point, but right now it's getting concerning, and we got a pinch hitter here for Anchorage. That is number 4, Chase Muskelly, who's at the plate with Miller at first. This pitch is going to come in high. Count goes to 1-0. Excuse me. Muskelly, again, has appeared once before as a pinch hitter for the Bucs. He's a local out of Anchorage, Alaska. Cayuga Community College is where he has played his collegiate ball so far. 1-0 from Smith. This will be a bunt popped up off of the bar in the netting. Count will go to 1-1.
And of course, I say Michelli.
Yes, Michelli.
I don't know how he wants it, so.
You said it was an Italian origin, it sounds like.
Yeah, the SC in Italian gives you the SH sound in our language.
Whether it's Michelli or Muskelly, Chase at the plate tries a bunt again, but the pitch was high. And the count will go to 2-1 here for Chase Muskelly. Runner at first is Hayden Miller. He is looking to possibly extend the Bucs' lead here in the top of the ninth. 2-1 is delivered too high again for ball 3. Again, Muskelly trying to lay down a bunt, but Smith's not giving him a pitch that would give him that chance. 3-1 coming up. Smith delivers this one low for ball 4. Another walk issued to the Bucs. Miller to second, Miskelly to first, and that will bring Andrew Sheffield to the plate, the 9-hole hitter. And we'll have to be keeping a close eye on that bullpen, and if and when Kadam Tharp or Dave Dawson will make their way out of the dugout. Jack Holubowski talking to Gabe Smith on the bump for a moment. But this is getting tough for the Oilers right here, and it looks like we will see Kadam Tharp make his way out of the dugout. He's going to have a conversation with Gabe Smith and try to just calm him down in this spot. After almost being picture perfect pitching-wise through 8 innings in the top of the 9th, it has somewhat come apart here for the Oilers.
Well, that's baseball. And the right-hander warming up for the Oilers. I think they're buying him some time with this huddle on the hill. And my guess is they're going to call him in here in a minute.
We'll see if Gabe Smith will be able to make it long enough to keep the Bucs away from scoring more runs. Again, in this situation, you got to be careful because Anchorage already has 2 runners on base. And the last thing you want to do is extend this Bucs lead past what it already is, especially with how tough runs have been to come by for the Oilers in this game. Don't know if you can bank on coming back from a 2 or 3 run deficit at this point.
Well, we would have thought that in the opening game of this series when it was, 9-6?
That is true. It was 9-5 in the bottom of the 10th. Oilers almost came back in that one. So, again, like we've said, nothing is safe in this series. Infield's playing up here. They're going to try to lay down a bunt. This is popped up, and it's going to land in foul ground harmlessly. Count goes to 0-1. That could have been a huge help to the Oilers in that situation if that had landed a little bit more towards the field of play.
Cannon had better be ready to cover third base. Because if you saw Bundy, he came roaring in halfway to the plate.
Yeah, he was anticipating the bunt before it was laid down. I doubt Sheffield goes back to that, but we'll see. Counts at 0-1, not showing bunt here. Pitch delivered by Smith, and he misses the zone wide. Count at 1-1. And how aggressive does Anchorage want to be trying to pursue men in scoring position with a bunt here? That's another thing they'll have to ask themselves. Counts at 1-1. Infield anticipating the bunt. Sheffield showing it. He tried to lay it down, and he missed it. Count goes to 1-2. Really tried to get that bunt laid down right in front of home plate.
We need a double play because Lanfear is up next.
That would be huge for the Oilers, but any out would be big right here. 1-2 with 1 out. Sheffield can't show a bunt here, and he lets this pitch come in low for ball 2. If you strike out or you foul off a bunt, you're out. So too risky of a proposition at this point for Sheffield. Count at 2-2. Still action in the Oilers bullpen.
Tharnish.
It's like Jake Tharnish is in the bullpen. Here's a 2-2 by Smith just to the outside for ball 3. Tried to paint the outside corner. Couldn't grab it. And now here comes a very important payoff pitch for the Peninsula native Gabe Smith. 3-2 coming up with 1 out. Payoff pitch from Smith to Sheffield. Ground ball through the left side for a base hit past the diving Holubowski. Miller comes around third. He'll score. They will keep the rest of the runners on base, but it will be an RBI shot for Andrew Sheffield. An RBI single to give the Bucs a 2-run lead.
Right over the bag at third base. Holubowski had no chance. And that's going to be it for Smith right now as the Bucs have taken a 4-2 lead, all with their runs here in the top of the 9th. There's still only 1 out, and we're probably going to see Jake Tharnish come in for the Oilers.
Well, while we watch this pitching change go down, we'll take a break here on ESPN and be right back in just a moment. Oilers down 4-2, 1 out in the top of the 9th.
This is Mark from Steam on Wheels. Wanted to talk to you about the Greer Poly tanks that we are now stocking. We've got tank sizes from 1,000 gallon, 1,250, 1,500 gallons. What sets them apart from the competition is that they have up to a 10-foot bury depth. Sometimes you need a tank that can withstand more than 4 feet, and these are where these poly tanks really shine. We do have tanks in stock. As a customer, you can come by and pick them up, contractor as well. Please give us a call. It's Team on Wheels, 907-262-3240.
Dan's Automotive has the best customers in the world. What about Asia? We love Asia. We work on Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, and Kias.
What about Amsterdam? Do they even make cars?
Look, no matter what side of the car the steering wheel's on, we got you covered. Dan's Automotive, serving the best customers in Alaska. Call 907-420-0416.
Welcome back here to Kenai, Alaska. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you for the final game of this Oilers-Bucs series, and it has taken a dramatic turn in this top of the ninth. What was a 2-0 Oilers lead has quickly evaporated. 4 runs scored by the Bucs in this top of the ninth, and a new pitcher on the mound, Jake Thornish, making his 3rd appearance out of the bullpen this season for Peninsula.
Well, we're seeing the reversal of the scenario of the last 2 games where the Bucs took early leads and the Oilers put late rallies together. And now the Oilers took an early lead and the Bucs waited till the 9th inning after a superb pitching of performance by Kean Prendes, who went 7 innings and allowed only 3 hits. And also Ramirez, who did a great job striking out the side in the 8th, but the wheels have come off.
Just goes to show you how important the bullpen is for both teams in this series. It has really decided pretty much every single game so far, and it might spell doom for the Oilers here if they can't get something going in the bottom of the 9th. Jake Thornish is on the mound, and he fires in this pitch inside against Camden Lanfear. Count goes to 1-0. Not an easy guy to start out with.
1 runners on first and second with only 1 out, and 4 runs are in for the Bucs.
Chase Muskelly at second, Andrew Sheffield at first. Thornish watches a ground ball be delivered to the third baseman. That's 1 out. Chance for double play. Throw to first is in time. What a job by Jack Kolobowski. He gets the 5-3 double play to take out Muskelly and Lanfear. And the Oilers catch a much-needed break here in this top half of the 9th inning.
I never thought I would be writing Lanfear down for a grounded into a double play, but he did.
We'll take what we can get, and the Oilers will as well. Can Peninsula scratch off 3 runs or at least 2 in the bottom of the 9th? We'll find out in just a moment. We'll be back on ESPN for the bottom half of the 9th inning.
Fall is just around the corner. Are you ready for your next chapter? At Kenai Peninsula College, we're ready for you. Registration for the fall semester is now open, offering the classes you need close to home. And big news, our residence hall is now open. You can once again experience full campus life, build lifelong friendships, and live where you learn while taking classes at KPC or any UA campus. Don't wait. Secure your classes in your room today at kpc.alaska.edu. Find your place at KPC.
Looking for the toughest trailers and equipment on the Kenai? Head to White Spruce Trailer Sales on K Beach Road, your local dealer for TYM tractors. That's right, they have TYM tractors and implements. Anything from TYM pallet forks, box blades, snow removal, and more. Built to work as hard as you do. From sales to service, they've got the parts you need to keep your equipment running strong all year long. Speaking of service, White Spruce offers a full-service shop with special discounts for commercial companies because supporting local businesses matter.
Well, back here with the Bucs now with a new line, 4 runs on, let's see how many hits, 5 hits, 2 errors, and the Oilers 2 runs on 8 hits. And I'll let you stay with the microphone here, Dylan.
I appreciate it, Bob. Oilers trying to see what they can do in the bottom half of the 9th inning against a new pitcher. Andrew Haberman is on the bump for Anchorage as he takes over for Carl Colavecchio. Haberman has appeared once in this series, struggled a little bit against the Oilers his last time up. Mark Nellis will be at the plate for Peninsula. It will be 3-4-5 due up in the order. The Oilers, as far as I've got it, recorded with 8 hits tonight. They've scored 2 runs. Those runs, though, were back in the first and second inning, so it's been a struggle ever since. New catcher is Ty Denton, by the way, number 15. Pitch delivered here, fouled off by Nellis. Count goes to 0-1. The Oilers have to get at least 2 runs here to extend the game to the 10th inning.
We can do that.
Oh, they certainly can. We've seen it before. If they are able to get 3 runs, that would end the game on a walk-off. It would be the first of the season for Peninsula. Seems like a lot to ask, but the Oilers have pulled through before. Gonna have to see what they can do against Haberman here. Count at 0-1. Well to the outside against Nellis. That'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. And in this situation, Bob, it's all about staying patient at the plate and getting guys on base one at a time. 1-1 delivered. Nellis dug after it and missed. Count goes to 1-2.
Let's get the height and weight on Haberman. He's huge.
Yeah, Haberman, very, very tall. One of the tallest players on this Bucs roster. As he fires in this 1-2 pitch, that is to the inside for ball 2. Almost made contact with Nellis. Haberman 6 feet 6 inches tall. So he's a big guy. But Nellis has shown the heart of a lion throughout this series, and he can certainly get the job done, as this pitch is going to miss for ball 3. So the opportunity is certainly there here for Nellis, as a payoff pitch is coming up. Can Nellis find the way to base again? Payoff pitch. Here's a fly ball to center field. Dara back makes the catch for out 1.
He didn't have to budge an inch.
It was good contact by Nellis, but like you said, just hit in the exact wrong spot where Dara could easily make a play on it. Isaac Fernandez has been the hottest hitter in this game so far. Fernandez, so far today, 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double. Flew out to right his last time up in the 7th. Number 4 in the order. 1 out. Pitched by Haberman to the outside for ball 1. A little bit low as well. Count at 1-0 for Fernandez. Oilers trying to avoid their second loss to the Bucs this season. Shot to the left side and fouled. Count goes to 1-1. Isaac Fernandez has done a tremendous job behind the dish today, and especially at the plate. Can he deliver against Haberman with this 1-1? He's going to deliver a ground ball to the shortstop. Off balance, throws to first, and he got it there in time for a 6-3. What a play by Finn Leach for out 2.
Oh, he was falling down to his right and made a submarine throw to first from deep short.
Sometimes nothing you can do but tip your cap to a defensive player in that situation. That was just a great job by Finn Leach to keep his balance and get the throw off to first. Wyatt Bundy to the plate. Oilers down to their final out. Got to get something going quickly to have a shot here late in this one. Pitch delivered to Bundy is low and in the dirt for ball number 1. That's success against Haberman last time out. Bundy, so far today, has 1 hit, a single back in the 7th. 1 for 4 total, and he watches a strike go by here. Count evens at 1-1. Haberman looking a lot more consistent with his pitches here today in the bottom of the 9th so far. Pitch delivered to Bundy outside for ball number 2. Count goes to 2-1, and again, this Oilers batting core just hasn't had a lot of success since that early part of the game. And that lack of success could harm them late in this one. 2-1 coming up from Haberman. Fouls it directly into the net, and that will bring the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oilers need something to go right here from Bundy to get on base and extend this game.
Well, it's been the best played game by both teams of this series.
2-2, Bundy, fly ball to right field. Raymond camping underneath, makes the catch. That'll be out number 3, and that will put an end to this one. The Bucs, with a wild top of the 9th rally, are able to pick up the win over the Oilers and take away their chance at a series finale victory by a final score of 4-2. And it just goes to show you that you can't say it's over until it's over. And that's exactly what we saw today in this Bucs victory. Hard-fought series by both teams. It'll go down as a split in this 4-game series. Oilers take the middle two, and the Bucs take the first and last games. That'll send Peninsula to 6-3, and the Bucs will move to 3-6.
Up next is the post-game show presented by Peninsula Community Health Services at 262-3119. We'll be back with more after this messages. This is Oilers Baseball on KSLD.
Got a toothache? PCHS is bringing back emergency dental services in Kenai. Patients are evaluated each morning starting at 7:45 with treatment available until 9 Monday through Friday. Patients will be seen in order of urgency. It's fast, focused care when you need it most. Don't wait through the pain. Get the help you need right when you need it. For more information, call 907-262-3119.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
The World Cup's coming and everybody's talking defense. Here's a strategy that works long after the final whistle. If your family is complete, a no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy is a safe, effective move. If you're done building your team, it may be time to strengthen your defense. Dr. Alvarez can perform your procedure in Soldotna or Homer. It's quick, comfortable, and a whole lot easier than chasing toddlers into extra time. Don't leave your future up to a lucky bounce. Call Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics 907-235-1010 and schedule your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy. Score some peace of mind and enjoy the game.
And now it's time for the post-game show on ESPN 1140 and 96.9. Brought to you by Peninsula Community Health Services and State Farm agent Christy Babcock. With team recaps and on-field interviews, let's return to the field on ESPN.
And welcome back to the Oilers post-game show presented by Peninsula Community Health Services. PCHS supports your health. They offer medical, dental, eye care, and behavioral health services. Visit them online at pchsak.org or call and schedule an appointment today at 907-262-3119. That's 262-3119. As the Oilers and the Bucs split this series, the Bucs 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, and they left 6. And the Oilers 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 13 men left on base. And Dylan, we discussed how the Oilers took a page from the Bucs last 2 games where we took an early lead, put men on base, couldn't complete the deal, and then the Bucs come back with a 9th inning rally. It was something.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of times how you perform late is going to go on to define a game, fair or not. And the thing is, in this contest, like you said, the Oilers had a multitude of chances to score more runs, but weren't able to take advantage of that. Give credit, too, though, to the Bucs pitching. They were able to keep the Oilers away from those scoring situations and help keep themselves in position to win this contest.
Okay.
And that's kind of how we get to this 4-2 result.
Evan Stratton, the starter, went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks. But the winner is Colavecchio in relief, and he did very well. He gave up only 1 hit and struck out 2. The loser for the Oilers will be Gabe Smith, as he came in on relief with an impossible situation with runners on second and third and nobody out, but he gave up a triple, a sac fly, RBI, and a double, and all the 4 runs were charged to him. So, but this was the best played game of the entire series. We saw the Oilers lose 98, but that was messy by both teams. Oilers won 16-6. That was messy. Last night they came up with a 6-5 nail-biter. But this one really was great pitching. We cannot underemphasize
not only Colavecchio's work, but Kian Prendez.
Yes.
My goodness, why don't we talk about that for a bit?
Best starting pitching performance that the Oilers have had this season, no doubt. 7 total innings, no runs given up, 3 strikeouts. He was very effective. He's not the flashiest pitcher in the world, but he gets the job done and sets his defense up to get the plays and get the outs that the Oilers needed. That's what he did all night, and that's the reason, for the most part, that the Oilers were able to hold on to that 2-0 lead for the majority of the contest. So, got to give a shout out to Kian Prendez. What a performance for him on the bump tonight.
Oilers left the bases loaded in the third and left 2 men on in the 7th and 8th when they really had an opportunity with a runner on third base with less than 2 outs. We had a runner on runners on second and third in 1 inning and never got a single run in. There was nobody out at the time. So that's the difference right there. We did not come up with the clutch hits tonight like we had been doing. But that's baseball.
Yes. That's the important thing to remember, is that in the game of baseball, weird things are going to happen. You're going to have one team dominate for what seems like the entire contest, and then all of a sudden, in just 1 inning, things completely change.
All right, what's going on here tomorrow?
Well, we've got the Oilers Family Fundraiser Day coming up tomorrow, 12 to 4 here at Coral Seymour Memorial Ballpark. We'll have fun games, we'll have prizes, we'll have interactive activities. You're not going to want to miss it. Bring your kids, bring your whole family. It's going to be a great time. Again, we'll be out here from 12 to 4. Should be an awesome time here at the ballpark tomorrow.
All right, you're going to go on the road with Tucker Blau, and I have no doubt you guys are going to do the job just fine. So good luck. And Dylan, what a great job and a joy it's been to run these games with you here at home.
It's been fantastic. Been great getting to know you so far, Bob. And yeah, we're having a great time so far this season, and it's been a joy so far.
6-3 on the homestand. Not bad. We're still in first place. For a race back at the studio and Dylan Simmons here, this is Bob Bird saying thank you for letting my voice be your eyes. Good night, everybody.
To Peninsula Oilers baseball on ESPN.
Race, nice going there.
9 FM and on the web at Radio Key.
Thanks.
I don't know what happened, but it was great to have you come in a hurry.
I thought that I was only signing up for one weekend, but I was signing up for all the weekends, and I didn't realize.
All right, see you later, Race.